If you great protocol.
Right now I'm just having a blast in my feminine era. I never thought that I was a woman. I've always trusted the science, and I thought I was a man my entire life. But after further review, strong look at my personal preferences, it would appear that I am indeed sometimes identifying as a transgender woman, and I think it's only fair I get a chance to play with some of my queens here in the twilight of my career, my athletic prime.
Well, and so exactly what you're saying, Royce, is just sort of pulls the curtain back on the lack of clarity in the WNBA's policies under Article 8 of their 2026 collective bargaining agreement. It's simply,
right now.
What do you think, Matrix? We got some bearded dudes coming into the WNBA, but I think they're going to put a kibosh to that one. What do you know? What do you know? We don't get, I don't know. I think we might get it. But how is it going out there, my fellow world patriots? We're having a blast out here. They're making fun of these people that are just absolutely over the top ridiculous, and I think for good reason. But welcome on in, y'all. It is Sunday, August 9th, 2026. And dude, I am just amazed every time I say that it's August already. It is freaking wild. How's the week been going, bro? How's everything? And how's your comfort level? My comfort level is very good, and I'm very much enjoying what I'm seeing here, and I'm enjoying the making fun of these. Look at hold on, I gotta pop this up. Look at the friggin' wig, dude. The AI wig. You gotta love it, dude.
This is my favorite thing so far this year, maybe, is the actual men in the NBA are like, you know what? Let's wreck this shit. And let's just go out there and be like, yeah, I never thought I'd be a woman, but I'm going to go out there and I'm going to go out there and what's it, the draft. I'm going to go out there for the WNBA draft this year, 2027. It's like, dude, that is the funniest thing I've ever seen. It is the best trolling. Dude, this is beyond Trump level trolling. Because what did Trump do? He was like, oh, we need to get LeBron James in the WNBA and see what happens. Well, now look what we're doing, bro. We're actually at the NBA dudes doing it. My favorite thing this year they've done.
Dude, there's been so many funny, weird ones too that have been out there. So, this
I'm just.
Let me see. It gets a little worse, dude. So I can thank you for this one here really quick. Let me pop this one up. WNBA coach Cheryl Reeves. She makes a case for this dude. She's making a case for this dude. So it's almost like be careful what you wish for here. I'm not going to listen to the whole thing, but like that's what I enjoy about the NWA. If you continue to safeguard that, I don't think these demonstrators are being peaceful or whatever. So she makes the case for including men in women's sports. But did you see? And I covered it yesterday. But they're going to be addressing this situation allegedly now because they're understanding, I think, at this point that it's a little ridiculous and that, a person like this who is, a 6'10" solid dude is gonna wreck women in the women's sports, right? Like we've seen college, versus professional. We've seen high school versus professional. We've seen the number ranked. I think it was the second 200th man or something like that. Played Serena Williams and basically beat her like 6'1", 6'1" or something ridiculous. So it's not even
I think
close.
it was both sisters. It was both sisters. Actually, it was a guy, the number 201 or 2 ranked in the world dude, played both the Serena sisters and whipped them both like they were nothing. But they were younger. They were young when that happened. But still, like, it was kind of proof positive. And I think what this helps do is, yes, we hate the fact that, because I have a 15-year-old daughter who plays softball. So, and she's all in all kinds of girl sports. There's no men in any of her sports. And trust and believe, you'd probably hear about me in the news if there was doing this type of stuff. But this is what we need. We need real men, NBA players with the deep voice and all that, to be like, you know what? I'm gonna go and try and be in the WNBA. And it helps prove a point. It helps get a point across to the retards out there. Please excuse my language. The retards out there that actually think men should be playing with women. You guys need a reality check. Apparently, you don't have kids, number one. And number two, we need to put you in the shoes of these women and see how you actually feel. We need to have you bullied around by a really big dude and see how you feel. And then you might just change your mind. 'Cause these big NBA dudes, they're what? They're averaging 6'4", 5'6". They're going to make the women in WNBA look like midgets. That's what's funny about it. Well, the women. Oh, there you go. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. They average 6'4", 5 and 6. The small guys are that little, and that's 2-3 inches taller than me. 6'4" is 2 inches taller than me. They make me look small, and they're the little guys. What are they going to do in the WNBA? I think it's great. It's the best thing of the year so far. It makes me laugh so hard. When me and Omazon saw it on Friday night, I was in tears, and my stomach was hurting from laughing so hard. I was dying. I love this stuff.
I was doing a little bit of jogging. I was listening to a little bit of it was Joe and Dave, Joe, and who they have on Patrick, I think, yesterday as well, and they were talking a little bit about this same situation. But I was about to I was doing a little bit of a jog, so I was trying to get a comment in there, and my signal where I wasn't very good. But I brought up this situation here. Do certain platforms allow nudity? And we've covered this, probably 2 or 3, I would say 2 or 3 times on this channel alone, right? Like, so does the certain platform known as this one right here, YT, allow female nudity on their platform? I don't think so. So then why would this video be allowed to be staying up on YouTube? That's a woman, right?
Well, I got to point out, does anybody see any kind of scarage underneath those man boobs? I don't. Sure looks like it sure looks like a dude to me.
Yeah, I mean, look at the shoulders too. There are different things on men and women, different body makeup. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, but those are some traps, dude. Those are some strong female shoulder muscles there. Sorry.
Yeah.
Very strong.
It's not just the traps. It's also your collarbone. The men's collarbones go more straight across, and the women's collarbones have more of a downward angle to them. And he has more of a straight collarbone. The women's collarbones, like I said, are more downward angled. So that's definitely 100% a dude. So. And here's the thing: is even if he has his dinghy cut off or not, to me, it doesn't matter. It's originally a dude, therefore it's always going to be a dude, whether he got his dinghy cut off or not. To me, that's still a dude. He has testosterone, therefore it's a dude.
Well, you heard that that essentially what they're saying now is it doesn't matter, junk or no junk, cut off or not cut off. They basically. They have to just say that they believe that's what they are, and that's it. So that's why we're getting this backlash here of these people here. But then, the leadership of the women's is saying that she's now writing to express serious concern over the ongoing and highly visible abuse directed at players. This one, excuse me. I'll be actually shocked if I see them actually fix the abuse, but This, I don't know if they're going to essentially attack this. Hulk had a story yesterday that they're going to be addressing the fact that, men that are just saying that they feel like a woman, that they feel like they are, that they feel like, what's her name there? I forgot who sang that one there.
That one was Shania Twain.
Yeah,
and you have dude looks like a lady as well by what's his nuts, the dude with the big mouth.
Steven
Aerosmith
Tyler,
guy.
Aerosmith.
Yep.
So I don't know why. I think this must have been last night. It had to be either last night or the day before. You have the ridiculousness of what's going on with these gentlemen here that we showed in the other one here, like saying that, hey, I feel like this, and that's all it requires, and the other guy said, all it requires is that I believe that I feel like that I am a woman, and that's it. Mm-hmm. So, that's all you need, and it's like, okay. So it's funny. We were as I was listening to a little bit of their show last night. I was doing a little bit of a jog, and they were mentioning the WNBA as well, and this situation. And I don't know why, just maybe by happenstance, I happened to see this story as well. And this is becoming a dude. Did you notice the WNBA is almost becoming like a it's like a hate crime. It's like a freaking. It's like the target of a hate crime that wherever this woman here, Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark are playing, it's like they are victims of being white essentially, and that they're good. And so here's another example. And by the way, you're going to see this woman who commits this obviously very flagrant foul, because when you're supposed to be guarding for the ball, you're supposed to keep your shoulders square on the person. You're supposed to go for the ball with the hand, right? You're supposed to try to hit the ball with the hand. And look what this one did. So I'm gonna slow this down if I can. Can I go back a little slower, just so everybody can see? Because after this woman here gets ejected for roughing up Sophie Cunningham, she gets kicked out of the game, and then she immediately goes backstage and posts white privilege, like. She didn't deserve this to happen. Now watch this. Is she going for the ball? Nope. Look at that, dude.
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the '80s and the Lakers and the Celtics and
Bill
Magic
Lambert.
and yeah, that's what that reminds me of. 110%. Which I'll be 100% honest. That's the NBA I enjoy.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I mean I watched the NBA. Of course, I was born in the '80s, but the '80s NBA, the '90s NBA that I grew up with, and into the 2000s when Kobe and Shaq were still involved, and then the Spurs took over. Like those were the years that was fun because it was still hardcore NBA. That was when I enjoyed it. When LeBron came around and it became if you touch me, it's a foul, that's when I stopped watching. So though I don't like what I see, that's the type of basketball I enjoy, I gotta say.
Yeah, because a lot of the people wouldn't be able to play back in that day. It was way more physical, like the LeBrons.
Oh, yeah.
I think he probably would have been able to play because he's a big boy. He's like 6'8", 250, 260. Mm-hmm. He would still have been able to play, but he would not have been able to amass the amount of points that he did because, simply running down the court towards the net and getting tapped on the shoulder. Like, oh, you get another shot.
You put Dennis Rodman's defense on LeBron, he ain't scoring but 10 points a game. Rodman would have just destroyed LeBron James. Rodman's defense was just second to none. And you put LeBron back then versus Rodman, no, LeBron's not doing jack shit.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I wish there was a way you could actually, pair them up and have it actually play the way that they used to play, genuinely.
Well, you can't do that only because everybody's like, oh, I'm gonna get hurt. You're gonna get a concussion. It's like football, bro. You can't not let it hit nobody no more. The only sport that's still real is hockey, and even those fights are less, they still hit the living hell out of each other. Hockey's the one sport that's still good, in my opinion.
I gotta say too, I very much used to enjoy playoff hockey, in that whenever you touch the puck, you're getting hit, right? And it's not so much in regular season. A lot of times you will, but I always noticed when it's playoff season, you touch the puck, you pass the puck off, you still getting crushed. That's what I used to like.
See, I'm such a hockey freak that I'm right now. It's less than 60 days till the first puck drop. Like I'm a freak about hockey. I love hockey. So hockey season's only 2 months away right now. I can't freaking wait. So regular season, first game of the season, playoffs, it doesn't matter to me. I'm ready for hockey season all day.
Yeah, yeah. That's funny. And this is a good one. TC Butts 13 says, remember when Kobe took out Pau Gasol in the Olympics? He says he has nothing to do with race, though. He said they're teammates on the Lakers and best friends. Kobe wanted to send a message with toughness.
Yep.
Kobe was a beast, dude. Yeah.
Kobe was. Kobe was the second coming of Jordan, honestly. Kobe was one of the best there ever was. And then LeBron comes around saying, oh, I'm tough. I'm LeBron. Fuck you, LeBron. You're a fag.
Yeah, I think it's... And then now they're saying he's trying to go to Philadelphia, where, by the way...
He is going. Yeah,
is he definitely going?
Yeah,
dude.
apparently.
So we traded one of the best players in the friggin' league. I don't even remember the dude's name there. Jalen, what the frig's his last name? Anyways, he was always very quiet and whatever, but a good player. But so we traded him for Paul George, and he went to Philadelphia. So that's why LeBron's going there, because he's trying to win another championship by, going to these different teams to win it, unlike Jordan staying on the Bulls and winning all the ones there like that. But yeah, he's going around to make all these teams to make himself a championship, and that's why I think he doesn't get as much respect as Jordan anyways.
Did you see Jordan just recently? I don't know how new it was, but they apparently had a big get together, and Jordan walked up some Hall of Fame thing, and Jordan walks up and was shaking people's hands. He went past LeBron, didn't shake his hand. Somebody came over and said, hey, you forgot to shake LeBron's hand. He turned back, gave LeBron a look, and looked back and just kept going. Totally just went right past LeBron on purpose. I did see that over the last few days. Yeah, I saw that over the weekend, and I was like, "Ooh, because I'm a Jordan fan. I hate LeBron. So anytime I see Jordan talk shit on LeBron, I love it."
Well, yeah, he that's the thing is they all that he's always being compared to him, right? People are always trying to compare.
Everybody is.
Yeah, which I don't think is fair because remember too, Jordan played in college. Right, and LeBron came right out of high school. So you're talking about people padding their statistics. So you know what I mean? And that's what he was doing.
And LeBron was the chosen one. Remember?
Yeah, heir apparent. Let me see, dude. I'm gonna pull up a funny one here. And then I know we got some very juicy, interesting stuff that happened this week. Very funny. And I don't think me and Hulk ever got to this one yesterday. I don't know that we had time to get to this one, even though we did almost, I think, a 4-hour show as well. So nice. I have these back and forths with my, otherwise good guy, my ex-coworker. We sometimes will play Xbox or whatever. Hulk's played with them too. Otherwise good guy, but his politics, he is the definition example of Trump deranged brainwash victim, right? And it's like everything that he shows me, it shows me that he's just brainwashed and willing to pass along any negative threat against President Trump. You know what I mean? Like, so anything, it could be just whatever, and it's like a meme, and he sends it along, boom, and then I have to fact check. You know what I mean? So I'm the guy that's but here's what's really happening. You know what I mean? So, and dude, I got a really funny one, and I'm debating whether to play it because it's so funny, but it's so sacrilegious as well.
You definitely got to play it now.
No, this dude is in, I guess in the 90s, he's in like he's doing like a church thing, but he's singing a rap, and then he's like, if you don't love Jesus, I'll stab you in the face. I'm like, well, I don't know if that's like the best way to send the message out. And that was more of the tamer stuff that was in his lyrics. But this one, dude. So I sent this to my friend yesterday. Okay, and now to give you guys some context, again, a person that's making all excuses for anything that is positive for the Republicans and, always pouring on against President Trump, the negative stuff. So did you see this, dude? James O'Keefe going into being Eminem?
No, I did not see this, but of course I am an Marshall Mather guy. So what he do? What?
Yeah, so apparently James O'Keefe is the rapper Eminem, and he's gonna vote as him. And I'm gonna I'm gonna play you guys the whole spiel, and then I will also read you the back and forth between me and my friend here, because he, as you know, normal Democrats tend to do, doesn't quite get it, right? Doesn't quite get it, and so they have excuses for everything, but this one just doesn't add up for me. Okay, here we go. Oh god, Mike did it again. Come on, mute boy. I always do this so they don't start playing by themselves. Okay, Marshall Mathers, or AKA James O'Keefe, going into Detroit, requesting ballots. Okay, here we go.
The last name is Mathers, Mathers. First name is Marshall.
Yep, that's what it says.
So you guys will let me vote. Marshall Bruce Mathers. All I got to do is sign this thing here.
Yeah, you got to fill both sides.
Fill both things out.
Confirm your birthday with us?
The birthday is October 17th, 1972. Yep.
I know.
That's a great thing there. I mean, I was worried. I didn't have my ID. What's that?
You have a really nice name.
Oh.
Are you related to a certain somebody named Marshall Mathers?
Oh, everyone always says that, but
Listen.
it's I guess that's like the rapper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He lives in the area.
You're getting under time element. Start filling that out.
Start filling this out.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a phone call. I'll be right back. The last name is Matt.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, what'd you think of that, dude? Apparently,
he's retarded.
So
He's so dumb.
So, I send him this video, and I put a quote because me and him had a previous conversation about election and voting, in that we need to have identifications, right? And he goes, "Oh, what? So yeah, you should make it so everybody gets a free ID." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like, all you need is a driver's license or a state ID or a passport. Like, what are you talking about, these new IDs that people need? Like, you make it seem like people need something special. They don't." And I said, he goes, "So when you vote, they don't ask for your ID?" And I said, "I'm pretty sure they didn't when I voted for Trump in the last election." I said, "And by the way, I can also show you other videos where I see the election officials say exactly this to somebody. I cannot even touch your ID. I've seen that numerous times." So then when I sent him this, I sent him my own quote, or his own quote back to him, which was, "Where don't they check your ID to vote?" I put an end quote, and then I said, "You asked." And I said, "Ask Eminem." Right? So then I send this video out, and what does he say? What's the cope from the Democrat side on this one? LOL, he didn't vote. He was called out, and he took a phone call. Try harder. And I said, "What? He was called out?" She goes, "Yeah." She said, "Oh, aren't you a certain somebody?" And I said, "Dude, are you really?" I said, "He was not called out." I said, "He could have voted, but if he did, he would have been no better than your side. The fact that he could have voted and nobody called him out or said that's not you, they literally said, yes, you can vote, just sign this." I said, "Unbelievable how you take that from this video, but shows how effing brainwashed you are. Wow." So, like, dude, he, on his own volition, said, "Oh, I got a phone call, I gotta go." And she's like, "Oh, you related to a certain somebody?" And he's like, "Oh, everybody says that, but I guess that's the rapper." So they were willing to let him sign this off, and he, on his own volition, decided, "I'm not going to sign this because that's illegal. I'm going to, air quotes, go take a phone call." They still, like, this is how brainwashed some of these people are, bro. Like, I'm telling you, some of them are so far gone that they're seeing different things that don't even happen in these videos.
Yep. Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. Wow. Just the I can't just call it TDS. I want to call it mental retardation, because that's tends to be what it is. They're so far down their grift, or their whatever the hell they've been being taught. I don't even know what to really call it anymore, but they literally just believe everything apparently they see on TV or wherever the fuck they're getting their information from, because this is the type of stuff they would allow this to happen, saying, "Oh yeah, you're Marshall Mathers." Really? Like seriously. And then the people watching the video actually just like their reaction to you is, oh, he got called out. They don't have any sense in their brain. They don't have a brain left, I don't think. I think what we're talking about here is the 4 to 6%. I think these people are part of the people that can't be saved, because you could take a picture of these people, flip it around with the Polaroid and say, hey, look, here's a picture of you. They'd go, that's not me. That's how dumb these people are. So I don't know what to tell you on this other than, wow, we still have a long ways to go. So when I said on Thursday, and people didn't like what I said, that the year 2032 is a marker that I've been looking at that I think sounds about right. Well, when you hit people like this walking around thinking that this is okay, I think we still have a long ways to go. I'll stand by my 2032 marker.
2032, huh? Let me see here. I know, and I gotta probably clip this better. Let me, and dude, I got some more James O'Keefe stuff for everybody as well too. A lot. I think they're doing repeats as necessary as well. Let me see here. This is just gonna be audio only for you guys, and I don't know how much of it I'm gonna have to play to get what I want, but you'll see what I mean in a second.
Today, series of proposals to help fight mental illness and mental retardation. These two afflictions have been long neglected. They occur more frequently, affect more people, require more prolonged treatment, cause more individual and family suffering than any other condition in American life. It has been tolerated too long. It has troubled our national conscience, but only as a problem unpleasant to mention, easy to postpone, and despairing of solution. The time has come for a great national effort.
Armand Sarukian. Now, you guys aren't going to believe this. You have to trust me. I was there. You won't.
Whoa, the number of mentally retarded. It didn't get to that point, dude. I'm
mentally
shocked.
retarded is increasing.
I don't think they actually said that. I think that was a meme, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, it's kind of true though. But here, let me ask you this: so, where do you draw the line for mental retardation and highly what's the word I'm looking for? Highly functional autistic autism. Like, where does the line get crossed? Because, like, how do I look? Okay, so like, I'm legitimately nobody would ever guess that I have the brain I do based on me, because I'm totally normal and whatnot. I don't have the look. You know what I'm talking about?
He's totally normal. Air quotes.
Yeah, totally normal. Air quotes. But I don't have the look. But where's the line crossed with autism and like mental retardation? And I'm not trying to be funny, but it is funny. Like, where does that line cross? Because, like, how do I say? Because, like, mentally retarded is like the dumb side of it, but then you have the autism side that has a literal genius side to it, but can also be kind of stupid too. But you know what I mean? Like, there's a parting of ways. One side of it is retarded, one side of it is really smart. I'm just throwing that out there. I just random thought, but like, the mentally retarded is increasing. That's true.
Well, you have high functioning autists, right? That well, you and remember, there's pluses and negatives to everything, right? Some folks that are high functioning autists are, say, socially awkward. Well, some of them might be socially awkward. So it comes down to the levels of levels, I guess you could say, or differences. But you know the difference, dude. Like, you got the Shane Gillis types and his relatives there, and then our autist type friends. So never go full retard, right?
Never go full autist. Wait, no, I do that. Never mind. You're right. Don't go full retard. Yeah, going full autist is okay as long as you're doing it with the right things.
All right, I gotta, dude. I'm sorry, I have to. I gotta. Sure
and we're in it. It doesn't have to be now, but we will have to take a little break and do some thank yous, because I'm getting bombarded over here. So
absolutely, this is a good clip.
There it is. Yes,
this is very funny too, but it's kind of true as well. I don't know how much we have to get through here.
One of my favorite movies.
Dude, I love this one. Oh, when he's holding his fake arm, then he's crying. He's like, "Wait, was he crying? Were you crying when your arms got blown off?" No. Oh, okay. Now he wants to rewrite. Now he wants to do a rewrite. So if anybody doesn't know this movie, this is Robert Downey.
Thunder.
This is Robert Downey Jr. and he's the quintessential method actor in that he immerses himself into every role, and so he's playing an African American guy. And in this movie, he had a pigment change, and they show him getting his thing, and then he's talking like he's black through the whole thing, and then you have another dude who's really black, and the whole, and then so this funny one scene, he says to somebody, he's like, "What do you mean, you people?" And then the black dude says to him, like,
"What do you mean, you people? What do you mean, you people? What do you mean, you people?
Kangaroo Jack, pump your brakes. That man's a national hero. A dingo ate my baby. You know it's a true story,
dingo
right?
ate your baby. It's a true story.
A woman lost her child. All right. Anyways, but here's the.
In a weird way, it was almost like I had to sort of fool my mind into believing that it wasn't retarded.
But Simple Jack thought he was smart, or rather didn't think he was retarded, so he can't afford to play retarded, being a smart actor. Playing a guy who ain't smart but thinks he...
Want to know what the difference is? There you go, buddy. There's your difference between...
Oh, that's one of my favorite all-time movies. I've watched that movie like 150 times, and it's so funny every time I watch it.
I think
when his head blows up at the beginning. Yeah, this ain't real.
Oh, dude, yeah, he steps on a landmine. Great, dude, great movie. But it's kind of kind of has a point though in what he said there, right? Like Forrest Gump, great. But then you go to the other movie there, Sean Penn, not so great. Dustin Hoffman, great movie, right? Never go full. Never go full. So you had some thank yous to thank you.
Oh yeah, I gotta catch my breath. Yeah. Oh, what a man! I ain't seen that movie in a minute. Oh man! All right, yeah, I got a whole bunch.
I started a few weeks ago.
A bunch of gifted subscriptions from both sides of the aisle, actually, too. Like Sunshine PSG is going ham over here. So real quick here. Number one to start us off, Space Wally, welcome and good to see you. Thank you for that $5 Rumble rant to start us off. It says, here's my cover charge. It's party time. Thank you, Space Wally. And here we go. We have Sunshine PSG gifted 10 subscriptions, then 5 subscriptions, then 2 more single subscriptions. But then coming over to the pilled side, here's where she's going ham, too. Let's see. Sunshine PSG gifted us 1 subscription, 2 subscriptions, 3 subscriptions, 4 subscriptions, 5 subscriptions, 6 subscriptions, 7 subscriptions, 8 subscriptions, 9 subscriptions, 10, 11, 12.
Dang.
13, 14, 15 of them over there so far. That's 10, 15, 30. That's 32 subs right now so far for the show from Sunshine PSG. Holy crap, Sunshine. I can't keep up with you right now. I'll get to all the other thank yous that are smashed between them here in just a little bit, but there's nonstop. So thank you, Sunshine, and congrats to the 32 of you that got subscriptions from Sunshine PSG. Thank you, Sunshine. You're blowing my mind right now. Boom time.
I got sunshine in a bag. Yeah.
Oh, I do.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Kamala has panicking. She Save America Act makes you give proof of who you are to vote. Like, dude, they're just doing the same stuff over and over. And I'm totally convinced, bro, that we have a repeats as necessary or repeats are necessary situation going on. Everything's circling the drain again. But this difference between this administration and the previous administration, the way that they're actually processing through things is a lot faster from what I see here. And I'm very much enjoying it. And did you happen to see, buddy, by the way, super early yesterday morning at like 5 in the morning, I want to say just before 5 in the morning here, U.S. Senate confirms Todd Blanche to be Attorney General, 50-49.
And he's the 88th on what date? The 8th? 8-8? Really?
Come on.
Come on, man.
Choose the form of your destructor. Oh, God. Wait, look at this.
Yeah.
Stupid. Why? Trump cycled to 14 Department of Justice. Sally Yates, because she was on the other side. Dana Bonte I'm pretty sure Dana is a dude. He's on the other side. Sessions, dude, I've been seeing a couple things that look like they may be related to Sessions coming back into the fold recently. I've seen a few posts in the last couple of weeks. But again, dude, like even in the drops talked about how he needed to look like, he's taking one for the team to later come back to be found to be a hero. And they also went out of their way to talk about the, oh God, who was it? Peter Schweitzer, who said that there was one guy in all of Senate who had never took a dime that wasn't his, who never cut a backroom deal. And that person was Jeffrey Sessions. So I'm expecting we see something back with him soon. Perhaps, I don't know.
No. You're 100% right. And if you give me 1 second, I have the drop in my Q drop folder. There's one drop that I'm going to prove you. You said the word soon, even. That's the word for that drop. So give me 1 second. Let me find it.
Soon,
it is, yes. And here it is. Pull up 2045.
All right, let's do it like this. Whoa, let's not do it like that. Don't do it like that.
And I've had multiple comms over the last, I'll just call it 6 months because I don't know the exact timeline that made me pull this drop up to 2045. 2045. Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, Mike, here we go. Ding, 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 ding. This thing wants to add things.
There you go. On the right side, so on the left side, you have Graham's in the picture. He's now gone. But to the right, you have Soon Sessions. And the key to this one, though, is this. So it's go back up a little bit. The drop number is 2045, August 31st. So it's this month. Now, the key to it is your time stamp. The time stamp of this drop is 10:09:08. That is the exact match of a timestamp for the Mickey Mouse clock. The exact timestamp of the Mickey Mouse clock is 10:09:08.
Damn.
There it is. Wow. Say hello to my little friend.
Now, what have we decided that this clock says? Because I'm always a little unclear about, is it 09? Is it?
Here, scroll down. It tells you. It has all the times. Right there, 10:09, 10:10, and the official time is 10:09:08. Because here's the thing, it's after 10. It's not quite the 10 on the 2. See the red digits that are lit up? Those are your seconds. So your 8 seconds are lit up. So it's 9 minutes, 8 seconds, and after 10:09:08. And of course, I can go into about 10 other meanings to it too, involving all the numbers. But the main thing to take away is the timestamps are known as 10:09, 10:10, but the real time's 10:09:08. And you're now looking at the matching drop to it, which you just brought up Sessions. You said soon. There you go.
Nice. And so what do we got? We have 104 posts talking about Sessions. Holy crap. So,
yeah, a lot.
He must have been important then, it seems. And I'm looking for a bright yellow post that has, I thought it was way closer to the beginning, but apparently I was wrong. But that one is about Peter Schweitzer, and it's like an yellowish post, I want to say. Let's do it this way. See, like a yellowish post with an article that's in it. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. And again, it's basically just talking about how Sessions is one of the good guys and one of the people that has not taken a dime that wasn't his. I don't know if
you want the gold. You're the golden one. I know what you're talking about. There's a word in it that's only in one drop too. I know the drop, but I can't tell you what drop number it is. I know exactly what drop you're talking about.
Right there. Ding, ding, ding.
Is it this one here? Is it 3371?
How about this one here? Was it 3371?
It may be.
Right there. 3371, It is. Bing.
Got it. Called it. I knew what one you were talking about.
Yep. So Sessions began the Epstein investigation. When that is revealed, those who doubted may see the light. The wheels of justice turn slowly, but when they turn, they are powerful. 10 times speed underway. We're back online. Pelosi attempted to block. So this again here is what they're talking about. Schweitzer found one single member of Congress against whom no allegations could be held, who had never taken a dime that was not his, had never cut any backroom deals, had never, simply put, played the game. And that was this dude right here. So, I don't know, dude. He, basically backed himself or recused himself from the investigation. Then a lot of people started bagging on him like it wasn't something that they had planned to do. But I think fully the whole way it had been. Excuse me.
I think your Sessions. I think, Jag and part of the. I wouldn't say he might not be part of the less than 10, but I think he's very, very high up there on the list of those people. I think Sessions is a main player.
I would not doubt it, dude. I really wouldn't. But what has he been doing this whole time? It's just been weird.
Well, think about it. Remember, what have we been told about? Don't take silence for inaction. There's things going on behind the scenes. If Sessions is a big player like I believe he is, I would think that all this cleanup work and all the stuff that is going on behind the scenes, he's probably a major piece of that, which is why we rarely ever see him. Honestly, that's just the way I kind of look at it. There can be people we don't see as often, like on X and on Fox News every other day, because they're doing the real work. They're not the TV generals right there. I think Sessions is one of those people. I think he's a main player doing real work.
The TV generals, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, is my boy home? My boy home?
Hello, boy. Oh, sorry.
I think my boy's home. Well, either my boy's home or there's somebody walking through my house that doesn't supposed to be here. But I'm pretty sure it's him.
I'll say in that case, you better load up.
I'm pretty sure. I'm sure we're good. It's fine. We'll be fine. So, dude, this one. Let me show you guys. Let me block the screen here just for a second. And I'm going to pop up the original post here and then the other one here. And then I know you got one as interesting as well. So this is funny. Okay, so here we go. We had also been watching Mr. Cornwatch for a while, right? Chuck Grassley. I always keep my eye on old Chuck Grassley's post because he's always posting some very interesting things out there. Corn ready to be... What was that quote? Corn is ready to be cut.
Harvest? Oh, yeah. That, okay.
The harvest, corn, and then so people talking about corn. Hey, bud, how you doing? Okay, he's being quiet. So, corny, are we ready for the harvest? And so what are we talking about? Well, in the drops, they made a specific notation about James B. Comey is James 8 Corny. And they did this again recently, which I guess they do this all the time. You see how they spelled Oxford, comma? That new investigation that just came out, it was like this, Oxferd, comma. So yeah, this is, you didn't see this, dude, last week? James Comey, the James Comey deal?
No.
Oh wow!
I told you I've been in a Templar thing lately, so I've missed a bunch of stuff. So no, I didn't see this.
Oh, you're gonna love this one. So MJ Truth here is posting this one. Have you ever seen a politician, journalist, or deep state operator post something that makes zero sense, uses weirdly specific, out of place language? This is how they signal to one another. Excuse me, and it grants them perfect, plausible deniability. May 9, 2017. Trump fires Comey. All right, so no big deal, right? May 16, 2017, FBI opens a full criminal probe into the sitting president as a possible Russian asset, codenamed Oxford, comma. See right here? Oxford, comma. But how do you spell the college?
Oxford, right? F with an O, right?
It's Oxford College.
E for no, so it's a 5 for a 16. That's 10 letters, 11 letters off from each other.
Mm-hmm.
No, 10 letters off from each other. Okay, I'm just doing math in my head. 5 and 15. Okay. Okay.
So they do these misspellings on purpose, and historically they do it to skip over FISA. So I wouldn't doubt that there's more.
But well, think about this too. Look at how the word Oxford spelled wrong, and the first thing after it is the word com.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So he spells something wrong, and the next word is com. The word com has the O that's missing from the Oxford. That's just, to me, I put it together that way because it's a com, literally, and the word com's next to it. The com has the letter that's missing from over there. I can play with that one. I'm just going to screenshot it real quick for myself. Give me 1 second. I'll move it and click, and I got it. Thank you, sir. All right.
No problem. So they started this in May of 2017. 6 months later, on November 2nd of 2017, while that same Oxford, investigation was going on, right? Was still live and still targeting the man who removed him. Comey stupidly tweeted, and then check the actual cover right here. Here we go. Here's the post. See this? Check the actual cover. I'm all about Oxford, commas. Oxford, Oxford, right?
What the hell?
So, dude, think about it like this. You're telling me that I guess there would be under the assumption that this would never have come out, right? Because you would be stupid to ever post something like this with the understanding that this would come out. Or, again, this is a big flashing, blinking neon light for everybody to see what the hell is going on and what was going on, you know?
8/4/8/2019. Give me a sec. I'm gonna find something for it. There's got to be something to this.
Is 4/8 or 8/4?
Yeah, well, it's off by it's set dropped 704 of all things. Since he has an E instead of an O, I just checked E in the kill brackets. Drop 704 is just an E in the kill brackets. Now I'm going to check O in the kill brackets real quick since he needs the O. See what we come up with. None. Really? How about 0 in the kill brackets? Ooh, a 0 in the kill brackets, though. Let me look. I recommend a letter for Trump to fire Comey from RR. And then I told Mueller to investigate Trump for firing Comey. Yeah, double whammy. Double whammy. Yeah.
Right. And dude, this is so weird, bro. This whole thing was super weird. Did you ever remember watching, and I can't remember who it was, if it was Sessions that was leaving? I want to say it was Sessions that was leaving, right? And Whitaker was out there. Sessions was in tears, right? Was like crying, but it wasn't like a sad type of like, you know, you piece of crap on the way out and you're hanging your head like some loser. It was like a highly respectful, like your friend is leaving. And Rosenstein and Whitaker were showing him all sorts of respect. It was something to see while in the face of thinking or knowing, thinking that these people are all enemies, right? And so at the end of the day, I don't know who's going to shake out to be good. This dude has a reputation for being real nasty, but every time I've ever seen him during any hearings, he never looks like he's concerned about anything. So again, I don't know how it's all going to shake out, but bad dude apparently.
When they're in the same club, behind closed doors, they're best friends, and then outside in the open, they can act like they're worst enemies. They can act like nice people when we all know they're terrible, terrible people. So they're part of whatever club that they're in. So they put it like this: they can talk shit to each other, to each other's faces, and be okay with it because behind closed doors, they're just fine. They're doing it for a show. That's how I think these things are able to happen. Because of course they're all part of the same group. So there's like, oh, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to throw you under the bus, Comey, and then I'm going to make sure, hey, Mueller, I'm going to throw you under the bus after I throw him under the bus, and you know what I'm saying? It's like a whole thing. Like they already know what's going to happen, type thing. Like they don't care in real life about it going on. So they use each other as friends to help each other do a whole scheme or a conspiracy. That's how I look at it. Whether it's right or wrong, I don't know. That's just how I kind of look at it. That's how they're able to get away with this stuff too, because they're all part of the same damn club, right? We're just not in it.
That's it. That's true, dude. It is true. I wish I could find that one clip because it's so crazy to watch them leave. They were literally out in front in tears. But again, it wasn't in the light of like, beat it, you loser. It was more of like a respectful, out, showing him on the way out. Very respectful. So I don't know, bro. I don't know.
In other words, they did something in order to have a what's it called in the Army, where an honorable discharge is what they had. Is what you're saying. That's how I look at it. It's an honorable discharge. In other words, he did something. Now he's leaving, and they're giving him credence while he leaves. They're not crying about it. They're saluting him. He did something for him. He got his coin on the way out. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things. That's how I always look at things in a weird way that most, a 40,000 foot view type thing. I never look at it from the normal person's standpoint. Like when Mike Pence got his little coin thing, I think that was part of the show type thing. I think that was showing us one of the things they do. Because on January 6th, what's the out of him getting handed a coin right on camera for us to see? It was part of the show. They're showing us what they do. So again, that's what I look at it as part of the show. What they do, they're showing us what they do. And right there, it was a salute for somebody for something they probably did for them to get them in a position of what they thought was power.
Very, very possible. I got one for you, a very interesting one. Did you hear? I know you said you've been doing a lot of Templar and stuff, Templar work and some disc golf. But did you hear the good news? Our long-term senator, he's made a staunch recovery, and he's now home, buddy. And this is from 2 or 3 days ago here. This is the attending physician for Congress, Brian Patrick Monahan, seen coming out of Mitch McConnell's house the other day. Let's take a little listen to this one here. Oh, God. All right. I'm just going to unmute the whole site, and if it starts playing later on its own, we'll deal with it.
Hello. Is there anything that you can tell us about Senator Mitch McConnell, please?
I have nothing to say, thank you.
Nothing at all?
Nothing at all, thank you. Have a good night. Isn't he home right now? He said he was being brought home. Rehab. Yeah, I don't have anything to say, thank you. Have a good night. Stay dry, so let me thunderstorm. A beautiful sunset. You should film it.
It is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Can I have your name, please?
Oh, I'm just a regular guy coming here for a visit.
Just a regular guy. Yeah. So you did see the senator. Can you at least confirm that you've seen him today in his home?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have no comment to make. I just enjoy the sunset here, like in solitude here. I hope you enjoy it too.
Of course.
You here,
Pretty good about keeping his story, right? Not saying anything, not talking. What do you think, dude?
My first time seeing this. So, I mean, I'm getting Mitch McConnell. For a while now, I've thought he's already been gone, just like a Joe Biden situation. I think he's part of the show. Him having that Chinese wife that suddenly, she left to China once the certain stuff happens. Then she's suddenly in the hospital saying, oh, look at her, he awake. I don't believe any of that crap. So how I see it is whatever the hell part of the show this is, I don't know. I feel like McConnell's been gone for a while. When he went through that spell of, freezing a couple times, I think that was signal that he was done for already. He was done. So whatever's going on, I'm not sure, but I think what we're seeing here is just more part of the show that's dragging along saying, oh, McConnell's alive, McConnell's alive. And then some point in the next 6 months, they're going to go, oh, McConnell died all of a sudden. He died suddenly. Like, okay. So, and the date that it happens is going to be a very special date, and I'll be able to connect it to stuff once it happens. That's what it'll probably end up being. They're waiting for just the right date, and he's going to, he's dead.
Future proves past. News unlocks, right?
Yeah, and that's what happens every time somebody dies. Like when Graham died, like nobody expected it. But then you take all the numbers to it. Everything was a 7-11 deal. And what's 7-11? Sept 11. That's September 11th. It's a September 11th comm that connected all the other stuff together. But none of us saw that coming. We were expecting Lindsay, McConnell to die, and Graham dies. So, but then all of a sudden it made sense when we saw the numbers and how it came together. So now we're just waiting on Graham to die. But now that I say that, somebody else will die in front of him. So,
dude, And here I am. I started with this one story, and I got off on a tangent, and I don't think I ever got back to it. Where the hell was I? Let me go back here. I started on Mitch McConnell. Let's go back here. Go back.
Damn, went on a whole tangent there.
Well, I did start with this here, so let's go back. So I went and started. I showed you guys this one right here, right?
Yeah.
Chuck Grassley will see Beth no more. So I started talking about him and Corny and blah 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 blah. Then I went on to that other tangent. But Mr. Grassley here, Mr. Cornwatch, says you will see Beth no more. See, Black, that's from electrical sparks. It's not safe to use anymore. Goodbye, Beth. You have been a real workhouse. Your namesake still is hard worker. I will miss you. All right. Well, why is Mike putting up a friggin' post of Chuck Grassley and his and his vacuum cleaner? Because then he continues on, and I think you might find some numbers in here to be interesting. It says, it's a sad day at the Grassley household for my 34 years and 15 years before that at my mother-in-law's.
Oh, my God.
Has worked dependably. And then that's it.
Before you go further, hold up. Now, truly though, did I not just get done talking about Lindsey Graham and the numbers being 7-11?
Sure did.
The numbers Chuck Grassley threw out is 34 and 15. Just go ahead and pull up drop 34-15. I swear to God.
Oh,
I don't know how this keeps happening. Guess what date the drop's on?
I know.
Just what the hell, man? 3415.
Ding.
July 11th. 7-11. 7-11. Exactly what I just talked about, bro. What? So yeah, defund court rules Trump can defund Planned Parenthood, cut almost $60 million in taxpayer funding, and it says PP News, more coming to you. But what are the odds that the numbers he puts out hits exactly the numbers I just said? The date I just gave.
7-11. And a lot of 17s too. 71, 17. But, you know, I went with 34-15. I also saw this, but then I said, wait, he didn't say 34-15. He said 34 years and 15 years. You know, 34 is one of my favorite posts of all time, which we're going to get into another person that's posting something very similar to this in the last couple of days, which is probably going to lead us to a pretty lengthy conversation. But what are we talking about here, bro? My fellow Americans, over the course of the next several days, you undoubtedly realize that we are taking back... All right, you know, I'm going to do this for a short. So this post right here says, and let me do this. This is from Chuck Grassley's post saying 34 and 15, right? My fellow Americans, over the course of the next several days, you will undoubtedly realize that we are taking back our great country, the land of the free, from the evil tyrants that wish to do us harm and destroy the last remaining refuge of shining light. On POTUS's order, we have initiated certain fail-safes that shall safeguard the public from the primary fallout, which is slated to occur when? 11.3, upon the arrest announcement of Mr. Podesta, actionable 11.4. All right, so wait, 11.3, 11.4, and he said 34 and 15, was it? Oh, no, not 15.55, it was 15. Wait, what does that say, dude? Wait, 11.3 again? And again, right, we have, there are more good people than bad. The wizards and warlocks will not allow another satanic, evil piece of ish control of our country. Realize Soros, Clinton's, Obama, Putin are all controlled by three families. Fourth was removed post-Trump's victory. But again, 11.3, Podesta indicted, 11.6, Huma indicted. But 11.3, I thought was pretty interesting in that this other post was also talking about 11.3 as well. So,
wow.
Thoughts on that one, buddy?
Well, isn't the election this coming for the midterms on 11.3? I believe they are.
I think they usually are, yeah.
Let me double check that. I'm gonna look that up. When
it is
midterm, is it? Oh, there we go. Okay, right. I thought so. So here's my thought. I don't date fag, no, but here's the thing: is the 11.3 was interesting because 11.3 was the election 2020, and here we are. 6 years later, we're going to have another 11.3 election. And this one here coming up seems to have a lot more stuff hitting that seems to be like more legit timing is right. So with that said, maybe eyes should be on this coming 11.3 as in the date being pretty big. Does that mean that day stuff's going to happen, everybody? No. But that does mean things could start popping off then, because that is when the midterm elections happen, meaning things could start up that day because that's when the steel goes through. See what I mean? So I think that could be a very good starting time. And to make a very long story short, I've already had those dates pointed out, my own calendar and things I've been putting together and things that people have given me between midterms 11.3 and the date 11/15. There's an alignment in the stars, we'll just say, that has to do with the age of Aquarius, which leave it at that to make it very simple. So with that said, the whole entire month of November, I have kind of just eyes on. So all of this lines up with the same stuff, considering now midterms are on 11.3. That's interesting.
Very, very interesting. Now, dude, you had also noticed something that I had noticed as well. I'm sure a lot of people had noticed. So let's just pop her up. And wait. Why did I go with this one here? Let me pop this one up on one more second here. I popped in this one. I don't know why I put 2210. Goodbye Rosenstein. I don't know why I had this link ready to go. I don't think that's a timestamp on this one. No, it would have been 1611. Goodbye, Mr. Rosenstein.
That's 1010. That's probably your Mickey Mouse clock while you did that.
Might be this one too. Oh, let's see.
That's the one you're looking for.
So yeah, here's this one. So and yeah, this is probably going to turn this segment into a pretty lengthy part. So we have a post from, I think it was yesterday, right? So today is the 9th. This is the 8th. We have General Mike Flynn writing, breaking, the storm has arrived. In the old days, one would ring the church bell warning of an incoming storm. People from all around the world would understand exactly what was happening. Right now, church bells across the country are ringing. The question is, anyone listening? I do realize some of you are listening because we communicate with each other fairly routinely. You get it. Despite the advent of social media allowing warning signs to be addressed, its sound must not be loud enough. Most of America doesn't realize how far we've gone over to socialism. Politics, as usual, won't do the trick anymore. Voting still matters, but we must seek new leaders and quickly get rid of the uniparty establishment that has brought us to our knees. Seriously, we can't even pass voter ID. History has a tendency to repeat itself. Sometimes it's the same plot with different actors or the modern arrangement of an old musical score. Those of you that are musically inclined will understand that phrase. When I say globalists are on the march and have a death grip on institutions all across America, I mean it. I speak about accountability all the time until many of you get sick of it. I see it in the comments. I will not relent. Without accountability of those who committed the most egregious crimes or of treason or conspiracy to overthrow our government are placed in checkmate, the storm will not subside and in fact will only grow in intensity. Warning, storm is here. Storm has arrived. The storm is here. And then you had noticed that we got some.
He not only posted that, he did this during me doing my Templar episode 18. And what is that sitting there, everybody, but a knight with his sword in the storm. And it sure the hell looks like a Templar. I'm not saying it is, but it sure looks like it. Now here's the creepy Spaceshot. Here's the creepy part. Scroll back up to his writing. What I don't see right here. So, number one, during my Templar show, I had the storm come up, and I also had the drop. I actually, you know what's funny is I have all my drops from yesterday's show sitting here. Do me a favor, just let me have the screen. I'll show you it directly how this hits. And I did not know this. I could not have shown this yesterday on my Templar show because I didn't know about this until afterwards. After the show was over, I saw this. I'm like, no, and I had to put it together. So,
yes.
Well, first things first. Let me just go ahead and bring X over. So here's where you were, right here. You're showing this. So here you go. So the storm is here, but he also says, where is it?
The very top. Storm has arrived.
Right. No.
Oh, checkmate. Yeah.
Check this out. So here, let me get it pulled up. There you go. So everybody can see the storm is here and checkmate. So here is yesterday's actual full slab of tabs from yesterday's show right here. Okay. So I'm showing gematria right here. I'm showing a bunch of 88s in yesterday's date. We had Donald J. Trump's 888. Trump is 88. And we're rolling through these purples, 88. Scotland's 88. As we're rolling through them, though, as I get to it, I don't know where it's going to be, but it's up here. So 174 kept hitting. Oh, I know where it is. It should be actually, it might be back here. Yep, that's right here. Okay. So I pulled up drops for January 13th, right? Mm-hmm. And of course, the reason being, of course, going strictly to the Templar episode that I was doing yesterday, which quickly I can pull up literally that thing. So what is it? January 13th. So let me grab that. That way people out there have a little bit of a background slot for this. Let's see. Number 13. Here we go. The reason I pulled this up yesterday for the show before he ever posted that was this right here. January 13th is a very special date. It was deliberately chosen for the Council of Troyes, or Troyes, I like to say. But January 13th is when, and 1129 is when they became like an official thing through a papal bull boom. Like they became the Templars for real, January 13th. So what I did for that is I pulled up the January 13 drops, right? And inside the January 13 drops, I pull up and I kept this one highlighted. Checkmate.
Boom.
I'm like, wait a minute. So I have this pulled up for my Templar show. I have checkmate up there. I pulled up multiple times to show people. And then one more piece is down here. Chess. It actually has chess as well. And checkmate goes to chess. But the whole point, though, is here's checkmate. And then you go over here to where Michael Flynn is. What's he have? Checkmate. And what's he put in here? A damn knight. You've got to be kidding me, bro. Now, now here's the thing here. Here's where it gets crazy though. So that's his. What does Trump post right after my show's over? Aberdeen. What the hell's Aberdeen? Aberdeen is in Scotland. And it just so happens Scotland I've been teaching people this in the Templar series. Scotland and the United States are hand in hand. Number one, Trump's mom is from Scotland. The Templars are who won and helped win Scotland's independence in the year 1314. Very important situation. Why? Because during our 250th celebration, while J.D. Vance talked about a storm, which Michael Flynn just talked about, a ship with 8 Templar flags on it went behind J.D. Vance as he talked about our declaration and bloodlines all at the same time. And then I have all this actually pulled up and ready to go. Watch this. Here's J.D. Vance on July 4th. Watch this. Everybody pay attention.
Knowing that he could only do his job if they did theirs too. Our Declaration of Independence may have spoken to universal human truths and broadly shared human desires. Of course it does. But it was a document written by and for a particular kind of people, the American people. From General Washington to James Buchanan Eads, from Henry Kaiser, one of America's great shipbuilders.
First, now he says shipbuilders as he's talking about the founding fathers. Watch what comes into play.
The sailors standing here today. And by the way, what you folks watching at home on TV may not realize is that everything that you saw, everything that you see today was destroyed last night in a storm. But these great sailors rebuilt it in 12 hours
Templar
so that you all could be here so that we could have this amazing.
As he's pointing back, look at his thumb. He's pointing back as a ship with 8 Templar crosses comes back by. Listen to what he says.
Rebuilt it in 12 hours so that you all could be here so that we could have this amazing procession and so we could celebrate our 250th birthday in style.
He was definitely making note of that thing, Duke. And I think he was looking too before in the very beginning. He was like looking back to see if the boat was around yet.
It's all timed up. Now listen to this. I'm going to let him go a little further because the boat's going to get a little bit past him. He's going to bring up bloodlines and watch what happens to the feed when he does.
connected through the generations, rich and poor of every job. We are a people formed by generations of self-governance and personal industry. We are formed by Frontier Assembly Hall and congregation.
Here it comes.
By River Valley and prairie and factory floor.
Bloodline.
We are formed by the conviction that we are bound to one another, not only by bloodline nor creed alone,
Red flag.
but by a common character, a
No, the whole feed gets messed up after he brings up bloodlines.
shared fate, a shared future.
The whole feed just gets all wonky after he brings up bloodlines and the ship's leaving the screen.
With a red flag on it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have to address what we will hear from some loud voices today.
Wow, it got
Because
worse,
as much
huh?
as all of us.
That's what I'm saying. All that happens is a Templar ship goes by, bro. That's on our independence. Now, why I'm doing that is because check this out. Just the other day, as he was doing his what's it called? Transportation secretary stuff. Listen to this.
And if you open up the North Sea to the oil companies, Scotland, Ireland, the UK as a whole, but it's right in Aberdeen, Scotland. It's
Aberdeen, Scotland. Now pause. And I'm going to bring one more piece into this now because you all have to see this. Because it's going to be a cherry on the top. I'm bringing all of my stuff from my Templars. Let's go down here. So he's talking about Aberdeen, Scotland. Let's go to the Battle of Bannockburn, which is the year 1314 when the White Knights arrived and they end up getting what I said, which was the Scotland's greatest victory. They got independence. They got their independence in 1314. Just so happens drop 1314 has an old school cannon going off, boom, as well to go with it, okay? So this whole thing here is wrapped around the Knights Templar, Scotland, and Aberdeen being where Trump was, well, of course, doing all of this. That's where he was in Scotland. He was in Aberdeen when he was wearing the whole magician's outfit. So with that said, listen to this. So he says that Aberdeen, the North Sea, Scotland, and all that. Well, just a minute and a half later, let me get the transcript so I can just get straight to it. Right here, just like a minute later, listen to what he says.
of any country. It was China about 13, 14 years ago.
What, 13, 14 years ago, literally just a minute after he talks about Scotland, Ireland, Aberdeen, 13, 14 is the year they got their independence. He put it all together, literally. And then at the same time all that's going on, you have January 13th as the date for the checkmate, and you have General Flynn putting out checkmate with the storm while Trump's talking about Aberdeen, Scotland, and literally posting out Aberdeen, Scotland right after my show. What is happening? There they are both together. What is happening right now? And my only response to it is one thing. I think I'm onto something. That's all I can say is I don't know what else to think about it, because what are the odds that all of a sudden it's like Templar stuff is showing up everywhere all of a sudden? And now, is it because, I'm doing the stuff now, so now I'm seeing it? It's possible, but at the same time, it's like very pointed and it seems to be timed just right. And other people noticed it that I don't even know. People have to tell me about some of the stuff. It's not like I'm the one looking for the stuff. Other people see it and they're like, whoa, look at this. And it's just like the timing of it you can't make up.
Dude, it's pretty wild. And he did definitely mention, 13, 14 years ago. That's crazy, after mentioning Aberdeen and Scotland. And by the way, for years, for a very long time, up until about, 5 or 6 years ago, I thought one side of my family was French, and then the other side was Scottish. But it turns out both sides of my family are Scottish, and both sides of my family apparently left Scotland and went to Nova Scotia, which means
Oak Island, baby.
Yeah, which means Nova Scotia, from what I understand, means New Scotland, right?
Yes.
And both sides of my family went from Scotland to Nova Scotia to Rhode Island, amazingly. And I've mentioned.
Whoa, that's exactly the Templar route, bro.
Rhode Island?
Yeah, the road. Yeah, because
Really?
okay, you got to think of it. Yeah, because remember what I told you about the Newport Tower?
Oh yeah.
That is a Templar building that points you straight to the Kensington runestone, and that was put in 1362. They'll try and teach it that the Newport Tower was a freaking windmill when it wasn't. That was a Templar building to do all the solstices, alignments, and equinoxes, all of that stuff. That's what that building actually. It's a Templar building, literally.
That's crazy. Maybe
So
I should get out there
your
and take a picture for you.
Yeah, your routes literally they went from Scotland to Nova Scotia, put some of the treasure literally on Oak Island, and the Newport Tower was part of it, and they made their way, of course, way back in the day in the 1300s, all the way to Kensington, Minnesota, where they put the Kensington runestone in and made the land claim for North America, dated 1362, 150 years before frickin' Christopher Columbus.
This huge tower you speak of?
Mm-hmm. That's it. That's it, sir. That's it.
The old stone mill, a round stone tower located at Toro Park in Newport, Rhode Island, the remains of a windmill built in the mid-17th century receive attention due to speculation it's actually several centuries older and would thus represent evidence of pre-Columbian transoceanic contact. Carbon dating shows this belief to be incorrect. Yeah, because carbon dating's so correct all the time. Yeah, this is wild looking, dude. Like
It's got all the put it like this. Scott Wolter has an episode where he actually goes there and depicts everything in it, how it works. Goes there during the right December 22nd solstice. Shows you the alignments and shows you how all of it connects and how it was built by the Templars and when and all that stuff. So I know all the detail of this thing. That's what's crazy about it. And if you go to Wikipedia or go there, you'll get this crap story they're telling you right now.
And you can see that it looks like it's got a square hole here. Looks like it has one a little bit lower here. And that's my guess is because on the solstice, the light will come through here or through this spot and hit something, in some specific location. And dude, I'll be damned if that doesn't look like see if I can get that better. Looks like a couple of keystones.
Okay, so you found it without even looking. That is one of the keystones that whenever the light hits on December 22nd, the light hits that and lights that thing up directly. I have a picture on my PC over here of that thing being lit up. He shows that being lit up when it's getting lit up during his episode I'm talking about, bro. Like you saw without me saying a word. Yeah, that is one of the stones. There's stones like that in there that point to whenever the right time of year, that stone like that right there. There'll be that light colored one is for certain shape and all that, like a keystone in the right spot. It gets lit up by one of those windows, just like you said. You called it without me saying a word.
That's crazy, dude. Like, why would they go through all the trouble of making this? Because this could not have been a quick thing, obviously. You had to stack all these, make sure they're structurally good. Right, and then stack all these all the way around, stack these, and then stack this level all the way up. I mean, that's not easy work.
Not only that, you'd have to do it over years because you have to have it precise because it is an astronomical clock. So it's not something you can build and hope is right. It had to be built with 100% being precise as it was built. So it had to be built over years of knowing exactly where those windows had to be too.
True. So, dude, then we get back a little bit to this. Now, we can go in a couple different directions, and I know different people have different opinions here. But, I know me and you are basically on the same page here. I think the 51 and 49 might be switched a little bit around between what me and you were thinking. But again, some of this is necessary, right? Like some parts of calling out some of the things like I've been saying for months, right? When people were saying like Candace and Tucker and whatever, and I'm like, no, we need to have this conversation, right? We need to expose the overarching influence that a certain country has on our representatives, right? Like we know each one of these people has an APAC person and blah, 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 blah. So yes, I do agree that some of these things do need to be called out. However, a couple of the things I don't like in here, and right here, like this, voting still matters, but we must seek new leaders. And I've seen a few of these posts where it doesn't look like he's very flattering to President Trump. And again, I don't know, right? I don't know if it was always meant to kind of make him look a little gray, right? Because I've seen good things and I've seen things that make me kind of cringe as well. But again, there are things that we need to call out about the administration and certain things that they're doing, but I just don't like the manner in which some of these get conveyed to people, I guess is the best way to say that.
Yeah. I would okay, so what they didn't hear about our 5149. So how I look at General Flynn, I've said it many times on the round table. So I'm at a point where I'm not like 100% sure. I'm not like, oh yeah, he's 100% this way or that way. Neither way do I go. I'm sitting on like 5149. He's a good guy, and the reason I'm that way is because I have a damn book called The Fifth Generation Warfare, and I know he's a part of that. So it's like how the hell can you know if he's part of the Fifth Generation Warfare book? It's so impossible to figure him out, no matter which way I look at it. My hope is he's a good guy. Me sitting at 5149, I'm happy with that. Just saying, I'm hoping he's a good guy. I'll sit on the fence and be on the side that I think he's good. But I can't figure it out because with that Fifth Generation Warfare book, he's perfectly masked. There's no way to figure him out. And we're going to not like some stuff he does, for sure. You got to think of him as he's on a pedestal, okay? So every single thing he does, everybody sits there, looks at, breaks down, and finds something wrong with. If people did that with my life, a lot of people would hate me more than they actually do. Trust me. If people actually, because I'm saying, if you just put everything you did, somebody knew and had to look into, you would not, everybody would find bad stuff about you too. That's just how it is. So how I look at it is he's under a microscope. He's fifth generation warfare. It's going to be impossible to figure him out. So my fingers are crossed. He's a good guy. I'm on the fence that he's a good guy, but I don't have my hopes up. And so if the rug gets pulled on us about him, it won't surprise me. How about that? I don't have any way to be surprised. If he becomes a bad guy all of a sudden, I'm not surprised. But I'm pretty sure he's a good guy. He's playing the part just great, I think.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, so, and what I mean when I say I don't like some of the ways, some of the things that he said, like, I agree. Do we need... When you say we need new leadership, right? Like, I don't like that. That's pretty vague, right? And so I think he came out and talking about Tucker Carlson's 10-point thing and saying some of them, we need to be fair and wise and things. Some of those were pretty vague as well. But right here, we must seek new leaders. Well, what do you mean? Are you talking about Congress? Because I agree. But if you're talking about our president, I don't agree with that one, right?
Okay, being vague, I think is literally getting that conversation that we're having right now started, because he didn't specifically say Trump. I don't think he's talking about Trump actually here, but he didn't say it. So now it makes you go, was he talking about Trump? You see how it got a conversation started?
Yep.
It's perfect.
One of his buddies is, right, Mr. Patrick Byrne. Did you see that post last week?
Which one? You have to tell me which one.
Glad you asked. And dude, so
yeah,
this is what I mentioned the other day. Who's with me? I don't know if you see. Well, if you've not seen this, then you certainly have not seen the comments. And boy, did it not go well for him getting ratioed in the chat. Like,
I wouldn't doubt it.
Not good at all. You dummy. Hell no. You're an idiot. So
yeah, you're an idiot. No. I say hell no. I'm laughing at it. That's just stupid.
Are you stupid or something?
Yeah, that's just stupid.
But all right, so that's one thing. So now, where was this?
Did Michael Flynn retweet and say everything about that, though? Did Michael Flynn go with that, or was that just Patrick Byrne being stupid?
So Pepe Deluxe here was posting out some of the things that he was making on money. Now, I covered this last week. General Flynn, president, Pepe Deluxe, makes money, blah, 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 blah. And so what kind of was weird to me was seeing Liz Crokin and Sun Tzu and that other woman leave his board, America First board or whatever, that they did. Same day Laura Loomer goes against Flynn. You see two Anons also turn on the general. Justice comment. I used to support Flynn. I used to support 5G. So again, some of the stuff, like while I agree needs to be called out, I don't enjoy. Right here. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. So he's also reposting a woman that was just like, oh, Trump's like fucking everything up, essentially. Like, I cannot believe, this is going on. And so, America needs to finish this one way or the other. So he's very critical, it seems, or armchair quarterbacking President Trump, essentially, on a lot of stuff. I don't remember what this one is here. Let me see.
I guess because of his name, he I would say okay, I always do, again, me just playing 40,000 foot view. When you say that, I would say there's probably about 40 million Americans out there trying to play quarterbacking for Trump too. Yeah. Armchair quarterback. It's because he's under a microscope that we're saying something about it, because you know what else a lot of people are saying? We need to get this fucking war over with. Like a lot of people are. People like us are sitting back going popping popcorn because we see it for different viewpoints. We're looking at it differently. I'm looking at Flynn right now as more or less being like the seagrass going, we need to get this shit over with. Like, I understand that, but I'm in the position of going, I got popcorn. You can take as long as you want. I'm okay. I'm having fun. So it's all good, bro. So I kind of get, that's why I say it's hard for me to know, because I look at it from a different standpoint as most people. I like to sit at 40,000 foot and not make a pure judgment. And Flynn is impossible to know. So just because he complains, just because I don't like what he says on something, doesn't mean I'm going to go, I don't like this. Now, the money situation, that did make me bat an eye. I'm not going to lie. But at the same time, I don't know what's all behind that. I have no clue. So I just go, okay, well, I'll wait till more details come out. So.
Yeah, there was one a few weeks ago that was just not right here. See, but then you have this, and dude, like I've said, that's why I've been like genuinely confused
too. That's a direct drop hit right there. Hold on, hang on, don't move that. I just want to get a quick screenshot of this. Now go into the drops and type in hero, and you'll get a G.I. Joe American hero, but it'll be General Flynn's picture. Yeah, it's a direct hit in the drops. So I mean, that's perfect right there. That's the other reason. If you go by the drops, it tells you he's a good guy. So
we take care of we support our heroes, is what it says in the drops. It says, will Flynn be good? And then it says it will patriots support patriots, or something like that. Globalism versus America. He wanted peace in our time, but he also wanted to hold the CIA accountable. Every American must now stand on the type of shoulders in order to preserve our future in your communities and church. And, I made the point the other day of showing that this guy was wanted for treason too, just like President Trump, essentially.
Yeah. That's the thing. If people that can want somebody for treason, anybody can want somebody for treason. If a bad guy can put the warrant out for treason, then of course, then you can do that, even though a guy's not really doing anything treasonous. So what do you freaking do?
What a coinky dink here. John Podesta's friend, Slade Somer, arrested. When was that? Let me see.
Yeah, there's no date to it.
Let's see.
Find out if that's that recent. That'd be interesting if it's recent.
2023. 4 counts of CP.
CP. Oh, okay.
CP.
The little ones and the bad stuff.
Hunter runs for president and Tucker is his VP. There you go. Epstein's not dead and he becomes director of the CIA. Bunch of retards. I mean, dude. So again, this is kind of, it's like we have these. I can't believe, dude, that he's having Hunter on. Tucker's having Hunter on.
I think the whole thing is hilarious. I think the Marjorie Taylor Greene and their whole group they got going on. Now they got Hunter Biden. I quite literally find it to be hilarious. It's almost like a comedy crew.
Right.
So
Dude.
I mean, whatever. It's whatever. I focus on exactly what I focus on. You know, it's just keep on trucking it forward. And these are sideshows that I try my best not to get caught up in. I like to look at them and laugh a little bit, but I don't get caught up in them. So
You notice
this
this
though is
too?
hilarious. Yeah, this is great.
Well, what's the dude's name, dude?
Enos or something.
Enos Cantor.
Yeah.
What's his last
Freedom. Freedom.
That's weird, huh? That's cute. And
He changed his name. Yeah, he
Oh,
changed
really?
his name to Freedom. Yeah, that's a whole thing. It was a couple of years ago. I can't remember the story behind it. He became a naturalized citizen, I think. But there was a whole thing with the Freedom. I think they were dumbing his speech, so he changed his name to Freedom for that reason or something. You have to look into it. There's a whole thing with that. There's a whole thing.
All right, nice work on putting Trump under the bus. Disturbing. This reality check is from decades of corruption, not one single POTUS. Get a grip. Our country is bigger than one man. We're losing it, and we don't have to. So, 100-year plan. I'm trying to find this one specific one because it was in the last couple of weeks, and it just rubbed me really badly the wrong way, and I didn't like how he was kind of tagging on a retweet of this woman. Who was clearly it was just a bag on Trump, like a flat out bag on Trump. And I did not like it.
Real quick, I did look this up. Enos Cantor is his legal name. He officially changed his name on November 29, 2021 upon becoming a United States citizen, adopting freedom as his new last name to symbolize his lifelong fight for liberty and free speech. That's how he got his name. I remember when he did that. That's why I thought it was cool.
Hell yeah. I mean, dude, and this story is from last week, or from the 4th anyways, where Natalie Winters put out this post talking about the former top American generals that were basically on a secret back channel with CCP military intelligence and saying, work stories favorable to China. And I believe that they need to get rid of these people's security clearances as soon as you're out of office. Like, I don't care who you are, president, vice president, National Security Council, whatever the case may be, senator, congressman, you no longer get that intelligence briefing anymore because all they're doing is using that, right? They go into government service for 10, 20, 30 years, whatever it is, and then they get out and then they get, I get this law firm that's going to pay me $5 million a year. Well, why? Because you're such a great lawyer? No, it's because you have that security clearance that you can get that information that other people can't get. And if you take that away, it makes our country safer and it makes these people not able to make extra money on top of the stuff that they should not be doing.
Yeah.
They should not be doing. Yeah, rest in peace, Mr. Boone Cutler. That was a roughie. That was a roughie.
8 days after Charlie Kirk.
Was it really?
Yeah, 9/18, 9/10, and 9/18. And that's one thing I found to be really weird about that.
9/18.
I'm a hard.
Huh?
Yeah.
17.
And I'm not here. No, I did an actual. Okay, you didn't know about this. Me and you weren't working together yet. I did a small decode. It's like a 3-minute decode, I think, on Rumble. That I came across this really weird combo in the drops that combos Boone Cutler's date and Charlie Kirk together in this really weird way. And I pointed out, and people are like, "What the frick?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's really weird." So let's just say that I've always said about Charlie Kirk, believe what you want. All I say is he was a chess piece and he's no longer on the board. And I'm going to say the same thing about Boone Cutler too. Just interesting timing. That's all I'm saying. I don't know anything about Boone Cutler. I had no clue about him until all of a sudden when he died. Like all of a sudden I find out all this information about him in about 2013, the Q stuff that Rambo knew about. And I'm like, what? And then I find this weird thing in the drops that I put together. I'm like, okay, now I'm suspicious. So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, it's bananas, dude. I'm trying to see if any folks in the chat got any comments about this because dude, at certain points, I could give you explanations on both sides, right? I can show you plenty of great things that he's done, and then I can show you a few things that I've just not liked and that's rubbed me the wrong way as well. right? And so
Right.
I think, I don't know, I think the overall thing is to maybe have him be on the gray side, maybe kind of be in the middle.
I honestly think that's where he's supposed to be. Honestly, think about what I said about fifth generation warfare. If he's part of that book, him and Boone Cutler, all right. Now Boone Cutler's gone; it leaves just him, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're again, you have to think he's just playing the middle of the fence because of the fifth generation warfare book. It's going to be impossible for you to figure out which side he's on. If he's part of the fifth generation warfare book, him and Boone Cutler, all the stuff the drops told us, I really want to say that fence he's on the good side of that fence, right? So with that in mind, all the stuff he does, some of it's going to get under your skin. Some of the stuff you're not going to like. Some stuff may come out that you might not like about him. I mean, that's just all there is to it. But does that take away from the fact that he's, in the end, he's a patriot, he's on the good side, and he's actually on the white hat side? No. We might not like him for certain things he does, but I again, because the way I look at him, I think he's on the right side. And I think that because the fifth generation warfare book, we got to be careful by calling him a bad guy, because either way we go, we're not sure. I think in the end, we're going to find him to be a good guy, because even the drops do tell us that.
We shall see, right? We shall see.
I trust the drops. That's all I'm going to say.
Same, yeah, same. It's just, I think we have varying degrees of, people's beliefs in our movement, right? We have certain people believe full control. Certain people believe that, we're still up Schitt's Creek. People have varying degrees, I think, of what they believe out there. And then I've said from the beginning, I'm just 100% not sure. I'm here for the ride. But man, have we gotten some strong indications lately, especially with them posting, on the posting the drops essentially on the board there. Always trust. 47, always trust, and making it look like the QAG, in addition to so many other things. So it's like, yeah, if that's not a thing, then why are they doing that, right? But some characters we might find out I think it even said at the end too, right? Or in the drops that some that you might think were good or bad, and as we go, the more we go down this road, left is right, right is left. And actually, dude, this is something I wanted to kind of I had a I had a kind of a thread that I wanted to pull on a little bit on today's show, which is something that I don't know that we've seen. I don't know if we've ever seen this, right? But we're having more people on the right call out more people on the right, and we're having more people on the left call out more people on the left that I've seen ever.
Really?
Yeah, so people on are basically calling out our own side, and then you have the other side that are people being called out as well. Like Fetterman, right? Talking about some of these of these people.
Fetterman, yeah.
What was he saying? I dare Piker. I dare what's his name to keep backing Piker. So that's just one example, right? Like the Democrats attacking the Democrats. And I just showed you a few things of the Republicans going after the Republicans. But who would have thought, dude, Fetterman was going to be the voice of reason in the Democrats?
When his character showed up, everybody was like, what the hell? Who the hell is this guy? And now here we are this far in. Does everybody realize he's a damn character? We have multiple Fettermans. Some have tattoos on his forearm, some don't. Some have a lump on the back of his head, then he has surgery, and some don't. I mean, there's all kinds of Fettermans out there. He's a hell of a character, let me tell you what. So did we see this coming? No, but I do love his character because he's doing his damn job. Look, in a suit, by the way. What is that? That's not Fetterman. He's in a suit.
That dude only wears sweatsuits. But listen to this, dude. This is what I'm talking about. This is for me, this is hilarious. All right, here we go.
I really don't know. But they're not ashamed to say these kinds of things. Abolish all of those things that are not viable. And now Syed, he just won. And I just want to issue a dare. Continue to campaign with Hassan Piker right now. You're in a general election now. I dare you. keep campaigning with someone like Hassan Piker. You know, if I was a Republican, I would just dump $20 million for ads. You know, he pals around with Piker, the guy that, you know, on the 25th anniversary of 9/11, my best friend says America deserved 9/11, you know, and you're going to try to win a general election. So that's, how can he reconcile the outlandish thing that he said, you know, and his record, and I'd also remind people that the vast majority, the majority of Michigan Dems picked someone other that wasn't El Sayed, he barely won by 14,000 votes. And if McMorrow wasn't in that race, without a doubt, he would have lost that. So he's not had a big night. He did one, but overall remind people, the majority of Michigan Democrats picked someone other than he is.
I mean, dude, it's laughable to me at this point that they're dragging these people out, because I think, unfortunately, the Mandami, maybe he wasn't enough. Like, he wasn't, crazy enough for people to see. So they need to kind of step it up a step or two, right? And then if that doesn't work, they're going to have to pull out somebody even crazier to look more ridiculous. Because the guy that this dude was hanging out with, this guy Abdul Al Sayed, and I'd have to verify if this is true, but I'd seen a video of this guy talking about how they should. I think he said basically, we're here to essentially ruin the white race. So I have to verify if that video was really real. But clearly, if this guy was saying, America deserved 9/11, one of this guy's buddies, they're highlighting how crazy and out of control these people are. And we don't want these people in our country, especially if you don't love our country, then freaking get your ass out of here. You know what I mean?
I think that highlights, I think, what you hear a lot of us say, which is what word do they always use? The narrative is being pushed right into your face. And of course, when you're bringing up people that are for 9/11, and you have people like Mamdani, and you have all the Islamic crap going on, and you have that as the narrative in the news, and these are the people that are winning elections, and you have like Dearborn, Michigan coming into play and all that crap. I think they're putting it into the news for a reason, and it's to get people to wake up, because of course, you know how this goes in stages, right? Like, there's the child trafficking, then there's the human trafficking, then we get over to the sports, then we go over to the Democrats. We work our way around in different segments. And right now it looks like we're pointing at the Muslims, the Muslim Brotherhood, and the Islamic problems right now. And of course, oddly enough, Fetterman is being the voice of reasoning and pointing the stuff out as well at the same time, showing he's a character, and the movie is taking a turn towards the Muslims right now, or whatever you want to call it. I don't care what you call it, radical Islam, whatever. So I think it's needed, though. We were told that in the drops, and also you've heard this at the roundtable. All of us have been getting comms nonstop that point to Huma, Obama, the Muslim Brotherhood, Clinton, the foundation, and all that wrapped in one, wrapped up with other stuff. Like, it's been nonstop. And then here you go. You have him talking about it too. And you have what didn't Trump say on the other day, yesterday? He said he was full of shit. Hassan Piker or whatever, or whichever person he said. El Sayed. He's full of shit.
El Sayed's full of shit. Well, did you hear the clip of so basically he's saying, Fetterman is saying here, Abdul Al Sayed shouldn't keep campaigning with Hassan Piker. Now, have you heard the video clip that he did while he was on Twitch a few years back? And they're saying that it's a parody and he was just joking and blah, 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 blah. Have you ever seen that about, immigrants coming to your country and what they're going to do and what they want to do?
Yeah. I have. People out there haven't, though. If you have it, you want to show people.
Yeah, a little bit of a language thing here, guys and girls. So let me get this up here. So just know if you got any little ones in the room, you want to air muff them at this point for about 10 seconds.
We're going to keep bringing in immigrants in this country on purpose, just so they can fuck us there. And then maybe even your daughter. We're going to destroy the white race, bitch. That's what we're here to do.
But it was parody, dude. He was just kidding. It was a joke. I don't find that very funny in any respect, whether they're thinking like, oh, you know, right-wing people are thinking Muslims, that's all they're here to do. That's a funny joke. That didn't seem comedic in any way, shape, or form to me.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. That's just his fallback was, oh, yeah, that was a piece of comedy. Just like anybody else when, you know, you get caught with blackface or saying the N-word with a hard R. Oh, it was a comedy, man. I was just telling a joke. I was singing a song like that. I was Halloween, bro. You always have an excuse. So, right. I don't know. Again, he's one of those people I think that's getting put out there at the right time because he's extremely radical. This type of stuff can be put out. And when did he randomly show up as a person that had any kind of voice? In the last 5 years or so, probably 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Part of the show.
Let me see if this is the one. I think you're gonna laugh your butt off here. This is the right one. Let me make sure it is.
But see, here's real quick too, is that character though is a great part of the show because even somebody like me, because if I don't sit back and go, yeah, he's just part of the show, I'll get emotional and emotions cloud judgment. Because I'll get emotional and go, man, I'd love to get this dude in a room and just start talking that mad stuff. But instead I'm like, he's a character, man. He's a freaking character. That's why we're able to dig this type of stuff up on him and show people who he really is while he's trying to say this, that, and the other. Oh yeah, it was a joke, man. No, we have it on you. It's for the show. You must show them. That's what I think this is.
And yeah, and again, you know, it might be the fact that people are just not seeing it, right? And so you need to basically step it up another couple levels, right? Like, you know,
yes.
they're not seeing Mandami didn't look as bad for these guys, so we need to make it a little worse, and then a little worse,
yes.
and then a little worse.
Yes, exactly. That's what has to happen, actually. Literally has to happen.
Come on, why can I not find this thing here? I'm trying to find this one clip. It was so damn funny. I wish I could find it for you. Oh,
well, you're fine. Well, while you're looking for that, smack that red pill, everybody. Smack that thumbs up. Smack the thumbs up as well over on the the YouTube side and on the X side because you're live on X, right?
I believe so. Yes.
All right. Well, then all the positive affirmation buttons. Go to everybody, each side of every channel, and smack those positive affirmations. Everybody, try and get us on the leaderboard as you've been doing every single week over on that Rumble side as well. Take that time, take those 2 seconds, and I'll actually throw in my links on it on your other sides as well here. Nice. I'm going to randomly pop it in. Bingo, bango.
Bingo, bango, boingo.
Bingo, bango, boom. There it is on the Rumble side. Then here over to the YouTube side. Boom.
I'm not gonna be able to find it, but it was just funny. Anyways, I'll see if I can set it up for next week. But thank you to Patriot Chick over on YouTube for dropping a YouTube super chat. There we go. I almost said Rumble rant. $2 super chat and says, "I love you all, you wonderful patriots," and then a bunch of hug heart praying emoji and thumbs up. So thank you for that, Patriot Chick. Dude, yeah, I think things are going to get a little bit more wild before they subside, right? The wilder we get, the more crazier we go down that rabbit hole, right? Left is right, right is left, up is down. Well,
no.
Speak. Huh?
Up. Down.
Down.
Yes. I'm just doing what you said is all.
All right, ready for this one?
No.
Yes. No. Yes.
There you go.
No means yes. Yes means no.
Yes. There you go.
All right. Let's listen to this gentleman here who's talking about Abdul El Sayed. You know how he's like a doctor and he can't wait to get into Congress and Senate so he can question RFK and his grift because he's a doctor after all.
His commercials are running now, and his lawn signs are everywhere, but they're thin, like his resume. Paper thin. Let me explain.
Became a doctor to help people.
He's not a real doctor, he's a paper doctor. He doesn't have a license. He never had a patient. He can't even give away aspirin off an ambulance.
He rebuilt the health department after the politicians tore it down.
As far as I could tell, he's only had 2 real jobs in his life. First, he stopped here in the city of Detroit, had a quick cup of coffee as the city health director. While there, money through his department was funneled into the pet program of Mayor Mike Duggan's mistress, one designed to reduce infant mortality.
This is a terrible situation.
And after just 16 months on the job, Abdul got gone. The Duggan mistress scandal exploded after he tried to destroy the evidence, and infant mortality, it went through the roof.
That's the Abdul way, baby.
A couple years later, he gets the top medical gig with Wayne County.
Got thousands of glasses for kids, including me.
Yeah, glasses with Biden bucks. That's not a fix.
Medicare for All would be the de facto insurer for everybody.
Medicare for All? Like Canada? It's so bad over there, they come here for a doctor. Medicare for All. Come on, man. Time to...
Come on, man. What do you think, dude?
Come on, man. Wow, I didn't know anything about that about him. That's interesting.
I mean,
Those commercials are running.
See, this is why I mute this stuff, because all of a sudden it decides it wants to start playing by itself. But the funny thing is, right? It's like he gets all these jobs, like he's a doctor, but wait, he can't do anything. So he joined this thing where he apparently illegally funded or leached money from one thing to another, right? And then that thing got exploded. And then what do? Well, we'll make him head of the medical department in Wayne County, right? So what do they prove? Well, this guy is corrupt, right? This guy's corrupt, and we've proven what he's done in the past. So, hey, we need somebody over here that will be corrupt for us. We already know we can, we know this guy is willing to do the wrong thing, right? So we put him in there. We know he's willing to do the wrong thing for us now. Yay.
Right.
Isn't that cute how that works? Dude, it's just bananas how much fraud is out there, bro. How much fraud? This one, dude, I was scared about. I'm about to show you in a second, but go ahead, buddy. Sorry.
I was just going to say, where's this guy running at? Is that the guy that's running in Dearborn, too?
Yeah. Wayne County or Dearborn, Michigan area. Okay. Heavy Muzzy.
Yes, I know.
Muzzy stuff.
Muzzy Capital.
Let's see. When you hear a story about organ harvesting, right? When I hear a story about organ harvesting, I always think like China, like some Asian country, right? South America or something like that. Let's see here. Listen to about 1:28 here of Robert Kennedy. All right.
Organs harvested from patients that are still moving. I heard that from a congressional hearing last week. What can you tell us?
Yeah, I mean, it's a horror story, and part of it is because of the capture of the agency that was regulating ORR. The board that was actually regulating organ harvesting was overlapping with the contractor that was actually harvesting the organs, and it was done state by state. Some of the states were just truly, it was a nightmare. And it was sickening to read these stories. They had one instance where a family was waiting at the hospital for the body of their deceased relative. The relative was brought to one of these private organ harvesting centers, awoke while they were harvesting her organs, and then was brought back to the hospital where she died eventually. But the family, brought litigation, and that's the only reason that we learned of this story. We've done a complete investigation of that company. We've taken the contract away from that company, and we're reorganizing it so that we will be regulating it and running it directly at HHS, and this will never happen again.
What do you think, bro? Isn't that crazy?
While they were alive, they weren't even all the way dead. Holy shnikes.
Dude, I mean, I've been, a lot of people in my family were nurses. My mother, brother, my grandmother, a few others. And they've been saying like, yeah, don't put yourself down for that because if they got somebody that needs something, they might just let you go. Put it that way. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And I don't know. Who knows if people would actually do that? But I mean, do you want to risk it?
I mean, well, no. I never see. Here's the thing: is I never ever had a problem, nor was I ever worried about a hospital stuff. And then all of a sudden, it happened to me, and I spent 3 months basically. See, out of how? Let me see. All about November. So out of a 3 month period, I spent most of the time in a hospital bed.
Wow.
So like, and I didn't know if I was going to keep my leg, and right away, I didn't know if I was going to die at first, like all kinds of literal stuff too. So it's like, I was in that position too. It's like, and I'm thinking about it. I do not have my organs given to anybody. So that was a good thing too. But I'll tell you what, I got lucky. I actually had a good hospital, good doctors and everything else. And let's just say I'm healthy now. Like they saved my freaking leg, but let me just say that I've never had to go to the hospital for anything. I've never broken anything, nothing. All of a sudden out of nowhere, boop, you're about to die unless we cut your leg off. Okay, we'll try to save your leg. 5 surgeries in 39 days. But guess what? They saved it. I don't trust doctors either, but that's the one story I'll give. It's like, yeah, I don't trust doctors, but in a pinch, I'll trust a doctor. Especially when it turns out my surgeon's name turned out to be Dr. Mark Trump as well. So
what?
Yeah, that's the craziest part about the story is all right. I'll give you the 5-second version of it. Check this out. It was the 2024 for the election coming up. September 30th, I had pain in my leg. October 10th, I was playing my last round of disc golf because my leg pain was so bad, but I refused to go to the hospital. October 22nd, I was supposed to go and at that time get my license renewed so I could go vote, but I couldn't take the pain. I said, fuck this, take me to the ER. Well, I go to the ER, and when they didn't know what was wrong with me. When I got to the hospital, they finally did the test, figured out what was wrong with me. They told me like, you're going to be here for a while. I'm like, what? So I had MRSA, the MRSA, which is a staph infection that's resistant to a lot of stuff. And my leg was like really giant sized. It was like all below my knee. It had eaten away a bunch of my bone in my knee and all that stuff. And well, it turns out they wanted to just chop my leg off from the knee down and just to save it. Well, this other surgeon came in. He said, no, I think I can save his leg, which turns out he did. And his name happened to be Trump, Trump, Trump. So I missed the election. I was in the hospital for the election, but my surgeon's name was Trump. And to kick all that off even more, here's the cherry on top of that story. And I have pictures to prove this shit. My nurse gets sick in the middle of the night one night, and I have a new nurse come in that finishes off her shift. The room is kind of dark. She comes in and writes her name on the board. It was a black lady. And when she moved out the way and she said her name, I about fell out of my bed, because first thing, I about fell out of my bed when they told me my surgeon's name was Trump. Well, this lady comes in and writes her names on the board, and she goes, hi, my name is Q. I said,
no shit.
What? And she writes her name on the board as a Q. And I said, you're kidding me. She goes, no. Why? And she had no idea what I was talking about. I'm like, oh my God. So I had Trump as my surgeon and Q as my nurse. I knew I was in good hands, bro.
Dude, that is freaking wild.
Yeah, that's a story. I thought I was dreaming when all that was happening. It's like, there's just no way this is real.
My name's Q.
Yeah, I seriously about fell out of my bed. I was like, I here's what I said to her too. I go, wait a minute, can you say that again? She goes, my name is Q. I go, one more time. My name's Q. One more time, please. She's like, what is wrong with you? I had to explain to her the whole thing. She's like, holy shit. I'm like, yeah, really weird.
You're like, I'm on a lot of medicine.
I was, oh dude, I was on so many Percocets, muscle relaxers, Percocets, and a couple other things too. I was gone. I was out of it. I was still doing shows, by the way, though. I was calling into Oma's. I was running the show, and I'd call into the show through Zoom, and I did every show. I did fall asleep or pass out a few times during live on air, but it's okay.
Snoring.
Yep, I did. Yep, I was in the hospital bed still doing shows, though. It was fun.
That's friggin' hilarious, dude. Well, I got an interest. I don't want to go off of Mr. Piker too fast. I got one more on him. Not Piker. I keep calling this guy Piker. Al Sayed, I guess I should say. But dude, to President Trump's point, what do all the politicians tell everybody? They tell everybody
what
how.
we want to hear.
Well, yeah. Well, no, you're correct. Yeah, people politicians tell people what they want to hear, and usually what they want to hear is we're going to be lowering taxes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Free and universal if you increase taxes. So if you are elected and make this push, would you need to increase taxes?
As I've said across this campaign, I am for taxing billionaires their wealth.
What about people who make less than $1 billion and less than $1 million, though, Dr. Al Sayed? What about people making less than $1 million?
Doctor. So for the average person, and you look at your W-2, if you're an employee who gets paid every 2 weeks or 4 weeks, after you pay your taxes, the next biggest check that comes off the top of your pay stub is to your health insurance company. So imagine instead of paying that to your health insurance company, whose CEO makes $20 million a year, instead you paid a little bit more in taxes for healthcare that you wouldn't lose if you lost your job or turned 26 or got married or got divorced. I think all of us would be a lot more interested in that kind of a system if we knew that our healthcare would be free at the point of care and would be free without having to worry about losing it in general. So there's an opportunity here, I think, to trade what we give to a big corporation who gets to decide who we get to see and who we don't for a little bit more paid into FICA. And I think that's a trade that's worth making. I think the broader public understands that that's a trade worth making, considering how many people are holding medical debt, a third of all Michigan households right now.
Just to be very clear, you're describing this trade-off. You are effectively acknowledging that people making less than $1 million could see their taxes go up. I just want to be very clear. Is that a yes?
I'm saying that we'd be paying for healthcare in a different way. Instead of paying a health insurance company whose CEO makes $20 million, I would much rather pay for durable healthcare into a government, which, of course, we all know provides healthcare for seniors who need healthcare the most. So if I'm trading paying a CEO to make more money or paying government to guarantee me healthcare.
Yeah, show me, Matrix, where, and actually, I don't want to put this on you. I'll put this on him. Show me where people are going to pay less for their medical, and then they're going to raise the taxes. You know what I mean? So my guess is they'll raise the taxes, keep the medical the way it is, and then say we're going to, lower the cost of medical or something like that in the future. But it's just a bullshit way of saying things. And I do agree, though. One thing I will agree with him about is that he kept saying, the $20 billion and bonuses that these people are making. And it's not only the doctors and the medical facilities, it's the gas as well. The gas companies that President Trump put on blast last week, saying essentially that they needed to see what they were doing, because one of the gas companies made $14 billion last year, and the other one made $12 billion, all while the price of a barrel of oil right now is $12, I think, less than it was under Biden, but yet we're paying 60 cents a gallon more at the pump nationwide, right? So a lot of these things need to be fixed, but more taxes, dude? He's out there saying we're going to, most politicians go out there and say we're going to be reducing taxes. This guy's out there saying we're going to raise taxes.
Just like Mamdani didn't it?
Yeah, it's almost like Mamdani, but a little worse.
Yeah, but like you said, it's just Mamdani, but just pumped up a little bit. Again, as we go forward towards, not only towards the midterms, but however far past the midterms we got to go, the more people they bring out, the crazier they're going to be. They're going to be Mamdani, but more like this guy. And then the next one's going to be this guy, probably plus more, or just like this guy. You know what I'm saying? They got to build on Mamdani and keep on going and build the monster that they're building. You must show them, bro. You must show them.
We do. Do we need to now? Is this an attack, or is this somebody that is just off course? You think? Let's see. Got a little airplane action here.
You better get out of here, buddy.
Piggy. Oh.
Better get out of there, buddy. Take this down a little bit. Better get out of there, buddy. Jefferson Township today. Cessna airplane violating TFR followed by U.S. fighter jet.
I saw somebody put that in my chat. I hadn't grabbed it.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
A little Cessna. My guess is probably some, moron that didn't know he was going over a place he shouldn't have been. Because, do you want to get chased by one of these bad boys? I don't.
Well, I'll say this: if he truly didn't know, well, guess what? He gonna learn today.
Yeah, he's
learn today.
He's gonna know now, ain't he? That's for sure.
Yeah, he's gonna land. They're gonna be like, they're gonna take him down like he just went 200 miles an hour on the highway.
Dude, that's funny.
And that ain't gonna be nice. That's gonna be like, oh shit, they're gonna beat him down. Like, what were you thinking?
Yeah. Dude, you want to see? We've been hearing a lot about these flock cameras lately, and again, I'm not telling anybody what to do. I was watching a video where this guy was telling people that he was saying it exactly like this, that he heard that green lasers could damage the sensors. So definitely don't point any green lasers at any of those cameras. Get it?
Noted.
Definitely do not put green lasers towards the flock cameras. Don't do that because it will damage them. Don't want to have somebody do something, and not know what it's going to do. But is it getting worse, bro? Is it getting worse? Ready? About a minute here.
Yep.
It looks to me like they're trying to make it get worse.
An incredibly dystopian flock proposition just got leaked today. 404 Media released an article on it. Now, we all know flock is bad, but even myself, I don't think we're cognizant on how much worse it could get and how quickly. In this leak, it detailed a presentation that flock showed to the Georgia AG, trying to convince them to let them link to all Uber and Lyft cars, over 350,000 of them. Now, what you might not know is that every single Uber and Lyft has to have a live dash cam built into their car. So Flock wanted to link with those and have them start scanning plates and link it back to the Flock system. Now, this did not happen, but that's not to say it won't.
All right, so why is this a big deal?
So you see what they're doing? They're trying to push this dude, right? And even though this one may not have gone through, and this is the story the guy's talking about here, like, dude, they are doing all that they can to get total control of every friggin' centimeter, every millimeter coverage that they can on our planet. That's exactly what they're trying to do.
Yeah, and they're okay. So for anybody out there that wonders why somebody like me in Spaceshot or Tron's not on camera, there's that reason too, because we that scans everything around you, not just you and whatnot too. So yeah, I don't have a camera anywhere. Here's the thing: is my dad had a whole camera system when he was alive, and here he had fucking like 8 cameras or something like that, not in the house, just outside the house only. But he was smart. It was not hooked up to the internet. He actually had it all in a system just to himself and to his own house. No internet involved because he was old school. So that's one thing he was smart about. But see, even me with that, I don't have any cameras at all. I don't have a camera on me. When I have my camera hooked up for various reasons, I have it covered. Like, I don't even use it. My phone, I have that sucker covered. Like, I'm one of those people. Like, I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. My cameras are always covered up whenever I'm not using my phone too. So,
dude, I can't even turn on my camera.
What do you mean?
On my computer.
Oh, on your computer? Well, mine don't have one built in. You have a laptop, don't you?
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, did you get your new computer yet, or is that still en route?
En route.
Awesome. That's gonna be badass. So yeah, I'll show you really quick. I basically made it so even if I was to accidentally turn on my camera, it won't turn on. So let me see.
What do you mean? You have something set inside your computer to where it won't allow it?
Let me see. Can you see this menu that I just dragged onto the screen here? It says you're sharing the screen. I'm like waving it around. Oh wow, you can't see that. I wonder if I think the folks can see it though. Let me see. Let me go here quick.
Our side, we just see the flock stuff. 404.
All right. So if you look at my stream here, right? Like this. So if I was basically to do this and go here and turn on the camera, I could turn
I'm going over to your stream on Rumble. Hang on. Give me a second.
Yeah. So I just turned my camera on.
See your screen. There you go. I can see your screen. Okay.
All right. So that pops up. Oh, you can only see. Okay. Actually, yeah. So if you're watching live, so basically I got my video camera on right now, but it doesn't show anything, and it wouldn't show anything anyways. It's basically, I got a little safety thing in there. So if I happen to turn it on by accident, then it doesn't pop on anyways. And that's why I've explained to folks over the years, because some people, and here's the funny thing is, dude, I get compliments on both sides of the argument, or compliments and I guess complaints, right? One is, why don't you put your camera on? People would like to see your face. And then I get other people that say, I appreciate that you don't put the camera on because you don't make it about you, right? It's about the story. It's not about you. It's about the story. And, you know, and that's the other thing, too. There's actually a couple different reasons why I don't put my camera on. I absolutely abhor using FaceTime and like staring at a camera, because if I was doing this, I'd be like looking over at myself and it would just throw me way off of my game, put it that way. And that's one reason.
Yep. And well, here, I'll give you one reason then. For me, I'm all over the place. I'm not a person that sits still. Like I consider News Treason Dave to be the best. He's able to sit still, and when he doesn't do a lot of head movement when he's doing all the stuff he's actually doing. I'm the exact opposite. I move all over the place. I'm everywhere. I'm making freaking faces when I'm doing stuff. You'll know when I'm getting excited. Like I'm animated. I'm animated as can be, and that's another reason I don't want to be on camera, because I tell people this, whenever we were doing Jesus Strand Part 1, if y'all could have seen me doing that show, y'all would have been laughing your asses off, because I was just like, oh my God, like I was getting my mind melted and I was just all over the place. I had gotten up a couple times and walked away from the computer. Like I was like, oh, come on. Like it was just ridiculous. I was having so much fun when that happened. It's like, if I'm on camera for that, it would be more of you guys wouldn't be able to pay attention to what I'm actually catching. You guys would have a comedy show watching me react, basically.
Right.
And I don't want that. I don't want that.
Dude, it's bananas, you know, and that's one part of it is I wouldn't want to sit there watching myself, because I would see myself on Streamlabs, right? I'd see myself and I would be whatever. But another thing is kind of the situation that Joe's going through right now, right? Like I think piece of that is politically motivated, in that probably the judge sees what he does, right? Because, you know, he puts his face out there. And at the end of the day, I just don't even want to get down that road. And for the beginning, what it came down to is my city is so damn liberal that I just didn't want to go out there and have to, you know, beat somebody down in front of my son. You know what I mean? Just for being a jerk off. So anonymous would be the best way. And that's how I've kept it all these years. And I don't have any plans of popping on anytime soon. I was considering it, but again, I don't know. I think it would just throw me off to the point where, and plus I can't pick my nose anymore. Like, you know, I can't pick my nose.
I've done a few shows with my face. I could never be in all the time on camera. I can totally do a here and there, randomly pop on and do a show here and there on camera. That wouldn't bug me, but I would never ever be an every single show type of person, and just because I'm too animated. I'm just too fucking animated for a camera. I really am. I'm all over the place. I'm smoking my green. I'm eating food, and I know when to mute, and I know what I'm doing over here. So I'm used to not being on camera, so I don't have etiquette of being on camera. So
interesting. Yeah, I couldn't do that. I never I wouldn't be able to function properly. That's just me. Each person to their own can do that. I'd never. I don't think I've ever smoked. I don't think I've ever been on a live stream mentally inebriated or high or drunk or anything like that. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to function. For me personally, I wouldn't be able to function. I always do all the stuff that I got to get taken care of before I would ever go down that road, and go into video games and stuff like that. So I always make sure my stuff is done for the day. Never, my son's be 16 in a couple of months. I've never smoked, not once around him ever. Only once once he's always asleep or he's over the grandparents' house. I would never. So always, and for me, I'm the type of person that in the morning, like say if I was to wake up and smoke some green, that would be just lazy for the whole rest of the day. I probably wouldn't get out of the house. But if I get up and get out, I do all sorts of stuff and whatever. But if in the morning I was to just kind of go and pack a bowl or something like that and hit that, I would just be like, "What's up, guys? What are you doing, man?"
Okay, so that's where we are polar opposites when it comes to it, because I've been here. I'm 41. I've been smoking longer than I haven't been. I smoked since I was 15 and a half years old. So I've had longer years of smoking than not. So here's how it works for me. If I don't smoke, I'm hyperactive and I'm trying to do too much at once. I can't focus on anything. People hear me on my shows where I get crazy, just like I'm over the top, almost on, sitting there telling me to like, dude, chill out. What the hell? It's because I hadn't smoked and I'm getting all amped up doing whatever I'm doing over here, like decodes or whatever it may be. And I get all amped up. So I smoke. Smoking brings me down to the normal person's level because I'm a very hyperactive person, like legitimately. So for me though, even like my child's mother told me directly, she was like, when it comes to the greenery, she's like, you will be the first one to smoke with our kid. She's like, we will not allow her to go out and buy some and smoke it. She's like, you're the pothead, you're smoking with her. She's like, I trust you. It's like, yes. So I had permission from day one, the day she was born, that I'm the one smoking with my daughter first. She's 3 years away from being old enough too. So getting closer.
Oh God.
Well, that's the whole thing. But that's the thing is she's not going to be hidden from it. That's the whole thing. I'm not going to be a person that's be like my dad lied to me and told me I've never done that stuff. And then to the day whenever he quote unquote caught me literally with a table completely covered in marijuana baggies and a freaking a scale on it, and he walks down, I'm like, oh shit. His only response was, I ain't bailing you out of jail. That's all I'm saying. But you do you. And then I find out he smoked. I'm like, you motherfucker, you lied to me.
Hypocrite.
So I am not gonna exactly. So I'm not gonna lie to my kid. I'm be like, yes, and now it's legal too. So it's not like I gotta hide it from her. Be like, you're gonna wait till you're this old, and I'm gonna tell her you're not gonna do it until this, and this. I'm gonna have rules for her. Be like, when you're ready, you're able to. When you're old enough, you can make your own decisions. But you're gonna smoke with your pops first. I'm gonna show you how it's done. Let's go.
That's funny.
I'm gonna show her the ropes and how to do it. She'll be taught right. You're not gonna treat it like it's a drug. You're not gonna do it, wake up and do it because, well, you're young. When you're 40 years old and have done it for 20 plus years, then you can make your own decisions on that.
Exactly. Utah Money Mover, in regards to the cameras and stuff being on, I agree. He says, Spaceshot, your camera doesn't matter. They use RFID with Bluetooth. Yeah, I mean, I think this was at least 10 years ago, they were saying that what they could do was use the Wi-Fi in your house essentially to, run a spectrum, and then it could actually tell you where each person in your room was. But I'm not under any impression that if somebody wanted to know, who I was, that it couldn't find out pretty easily. It's not about that. It's just about local shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't care if you guys know who I am. That's not an issue. I just don't want to go broadcasting out there so I don't have local issues with my heavily liberal, very purple, orange-haired people that are in my area. Like, very bad.
Not only that, I'll give you one. You don't want the what's it called, the red flag or whatever law, or they try calling in on you while you're live on air, that type of shit.
Exactly.
You don't want people around you. That's the shit we're kind of worried about too. That's something when I heard, swatted. That's it. When I first heard about that, that's when I instantly said, whoa, I totally am staying. Because again, where I live, I don't want to have somebody hearing my show and whatnot. It's like nobody around me is any kind of political, but at the same time, I don't think they like Trump around me. I'm in the hood, so
you'd be surprised. You would be surprised.
I might be, but at the same time, I don't broadcast it. So,
right, smart. Just stay low key and do what we keep doing. But Mr. Matrix, sir, it is 3:30ish, so I was thinking we could maybe take a minute and maybe perhaps do a Rumble commercial to keep my lights on in this house.
Absolutely. Bill pay time, baby. Let's do it.
So if you wonderful world patriots don't mind giving us who was this in the chat wrote that? Dirk Gently wrote, "Hello, gay boys," in the chat.
Hello, gay boys.
Oh, thank you for the raid, Tron. I just saw that one come in. And then Mr. MacGyver came in with a $2 super chat on YouTube and says, "Good afternoon, Patriots." We always get a good afternoon or a good evening from Mr. MacGyver. I'm assuming Mr. MacGyver. I don't think a woman would make a MacGyver handle name is my guess. Just a guess. I don't want to label anything, But okay. Okay, Rumble Walito?
Yep, you say go.
All right, clicking and ready. You good, sir?
Yep, ready and go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we hear a lot about crypto, but here's the part most people miss. Crypto was created so you could actually own and control your own money. And after the 2008 financial crisis, Bitcoin was designed as an alternative to banks. So instead of a bank holding your money, delaying transfers, or limiting access, you're in control. And if you ever had to wait for a transfer to clear, you felt that problem. Now fast forward to today. Everybody's heard of crypto, but getting started still feels complicated. That's exactly why I use Rumble Wallet. It takes all that complexity and it makes it simple. Choose what you want: Bitcoin, dollar-backed stablecoins, or even digital gold backed by real gold. No complicated setup. It connects with MoonPay, so you can use your credit card, debit card, or bank and be up and running in minutes. And once you're set up, you can even support your favorite creators like me directly. So do this now. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description and download Rumble Wallet. From there, you can set up your wallet, tap buy, and you're in the game. And in just a few minutes, you can go from hearing about crypto to actually owning some. Boom. Boom, boom. Thank you for that there, ladies and gentlemen, for giving us that memento. But dude, what are you looking forward to in the next week here? Because from what I'm seeing, dude, we keep getting an absolute onslaught over and over and over on the fraud, right? And obviously we saw Fauci last week. I think we keep they keep dipping their toe into the election stuff a little bit more. And even while that's going on, while they're rejecting the Clarity and the SAVE Act and this, that, and the other, President Trump again mentioned last week that he was 28-1 in this last primary. And I'm pretty sure he was either like 32-1 or 28-1 in the last primary as well. So even in the face of all this stuff, it seems to me like he's still doing a stellar job. And he even mentioned that some of these people that he voted for, or excuse me, that won the primaries were serious outliers as well. So I'm just wondering if you're looking, and I know probably you're looking for more Templar stuff going forward, but besides the Templar stuff, anything else that you're particularly looking for?
I'll be 100% honest. I really never truly look ahead like that, but because you're asking, I'd say this with the Fauci stuff coming out, that's so interesting that it drops when it does. It just happens right after with the whole Graham stuff. Trump saying the D-class, all that, all the D-class stuff on 7/16. And since that point, like since Graham died, Trump's speech and moving forward, so much stuff's gone on. All I can say is I think, August is the hottest month. He keeps on bringing up the hotlines and whatnot. So I never know what's going to happen. So I never really try and guess that. All I can say is that I think a couple of things probably major is going to happen before the end of the month. What are we in right now? The first week, we're in the second week now. So I would say over the next 2 weeks, we're probably going to have some big happenings. I had yesterday's date pointed out as a special day because of the numbers. Next week on the 16th, 8/16, that's actually the 60 days for Iran hitting. So that right there's so that's 7 days from today. So there's 1 day for you. And then of course I can add a bunch of days in between of Ys, but let's just say over the course of the next 2 weeks, I have a bunch of days that I'm looking at as important. We'll just say to make it easy. And with that said, I would say you're probably right. I just don't know what. I never know what. I just think August is going to be very interesting. So, and here's I gotta see this. Here's why though too. Everybody out there needs to know this. August is the 8th month, right? Hot month. What color is hot represented as? Typically, red. Red. Okay. October is the 10th month. Should be the 8th month. Why? Oct is 8. Red October. Red August. I think we might be in store for a Red October type of moment where something big happens because October is really August. Okay, I'm done.
Wasn't there something on, what's the date that's in August that's written? Was it 8/19? Was it 8- something? Was it a different date? 8- something in the drops. Mm-hmm. I know it's coming up. 8- was it the 19th? That's coming up.
I don't know what you're... I don't know what you're referring to.
It's really bugging me. There's a post that talks about a drop, or it doesn't talk about a drop. It talks about a date in August, and it's either 8-1 something or 8/1 something. But it's a date in August, but I think it was 2018.
Is it written inside the drop as for a date? Or is okay, gotcha. Okay, now I understand what you mean. Okay, because you had me all confused at first.
Where was that drop? It's really
I'm doing this because of what you said. I already have a search going. Give me a second. I might find you.
You might want to search -18 or /18 because I'm pretty sure it was 18. Let's see, 39 posts. Great. Well, we do it like this. We'll do it a little smaller so we can get more posts in there. More posts per each. But yeah, there was a date coming up, and I think we touched on the roundtable because I think I mentioned after that 2018 is 2026.
9/7/18 is the one written in. There's a bunch of 18s written in. When's this one? September. All of them are in September that are hitting with what you said /18. 8/15. Here's one. August 6th. Oh, dude, it's the date I just said. 19. That one. That right there. You're on it. 1907. That's it.
This one. Okay, let's see.
Yep.
8/15/18 there on that one.
Yes. Now look at the date of the drop. What is it?
August 16th, 2018.
What did I say? What did I say that 60 days for Iran was? August 16th.
Interesting. So that's one week from today.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be next Sunday. Maybe we'll have something to report on by then.
Yeah.
But dude, that's funny. I was just talking about this with Hulk the other day. I think Hulk and Tron, where we were talking about nothing to see here. Drops equate to reaction and action. So the folks anybody that's out there that may poo-poo the drops and say like, oh, it doesn't hold anything, no validity or whatever, and blah, 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 blah. Well, then why was this happening? Anyone have problems with their Xbox Live account shortly after the drop yesterday? Purge, right? So they dropped all these drops, and they were talking about how these guys have been using their Xbox accounts essentially to use in the chats, right? And then going forward, dude, some of these posts right here, August of 2018, August, September, are some of my favorite drops, dude. I'm tempted to almost go through and do like maybe I'll do a premium video or whatever where I do all the August and September drops in 2018 because they were super, super juicy. It was all with the stuff with the Anderson Cooper's parents there. The what the hell is that hotel there?
Yeah.
In Georgia. Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt, is that it? Vanderbilt?
Yep. The Vanderbilt mansion right there in the
there
basement. Remember?
Yep.
Oh wait, that's cute. That's just that's not a real place though, right? Oh wait. Charms are very important. And who would have artwork like this, right? These people are sick. So yes, a lot of these posts are super creepy. And it's like, dude, like super, super creepy. And we saw also the picture, I think if I was to keep going backwards this way, I think I'm going to eventually get into the one where they're showing, yep, right here, Anderson Cooper with his mommy and the other one. And guess what they're doing? They're having story time, guys. Didn't you always have story time with your parents, guys? And you always had a satanic altar behind them where they're murdering somebody, right? Isn't that like normal? That's the normal stuff, right? That everybody does. Dude, and is it me or does she look like? Remember, this is I don't remember which one is which. If this is Anderson, Cooper.
I think the right side one's Anderson.
It might be. I don't know which was the older brother or not. And then what was it? Kathy Griffin. Some people were trying to say it was Anderson Cooper's brother.
The left side one. Yeah, the left side one with the more red hair.
And that he had killed himself, or apparently this kid had killed himself and jumped off a bridge, off the building, or something to that effect. But
so he jumped off a bridge and became Kathy Griffin. Oh, wait.
Well, no, I'm saying that the story was he had killed himself. So maybe they pretended that he killed himself and see that never made sense to me. I don't buy the whole Kathy Griffin is Anderson Cooper's sister. Just like I don't believe a lot of people are dead that people say are dead. You know what I mean? Like I get this is funny. Like I get like why some people would think like say JFK Jr. or even Michael Jackson or maybe even Princess Diana, right? But when you start going down the road of like maybe even A-, B+ level actors and rappers and stuff of like the 90s, like Lisa Left Eye Lopez. I saw somebody did think, oh, she's still alive. And I'm like, no, not everybody is alive still. Like, come on, guys. Like,
yes, I know.
You're going a little too far with some of this stuff. And I realize probably I do sometimes on certain things, but I'm not trying to mislead anybody. It's genuinely what I believe is what I put out to the people out there.
Right.
But dude, in regards to, and we got a little Snoopy here, but in regards to the mother here reading story time, and I'd be interested to find out, we could find out what book that is anyways, but you got the kids looking like they're having fun, and dude, I'll be damned if she don't look like every murderous villain, female villain in like every horror movie I've ever seen. Like she has that look to her.
Yeah.
And that's probably her trying to be pleasant.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
She's probably reading him The Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
But dude, seriously, like, and then we were told to focus on the charm because when they kept going into the drops, focus on her necklace. The bottom charm has significant meaning. Find the match, red shoes. Ugh, so disgusting. And then we know the red shoes things about the prostitutes and the meat markets and whatnot in history.
Yeah, made of human flesh.
Yeah, here's what I was going to show. I was trying to show you a little while ago. I looked up on endorsements here. So this one was from 3 days ago. I forget when the last series of preliminary votes were, but again, I'm pretty sure it was close to this. Like I think it was like 28 or 30. I could have sworn it was either 28-1 or 32-1 or something like that. Let's see, 28-1, 28-1. No, so maybe anybody remember what the last one was? 32-1? No,
I don't know. I don't follow these numbers here very well.
Yeah, so the long and short of what I'm trying to get across is that even in the face of the the election integrity stuff not going exactly to plan, he's still crushing in his endorsements. And he even mentioned in this one here, that they were outliers, serious outliers that won that you didn't even think would have won. So again, is this just an example here of showing us that the plan in action is absolutely working and waking up some of these people?
I would say so.
I would too.
I would say so.
I would too.
At least I hope so. I mean, shit. Over all this time, you would think people would wake up to the fact that the news had been lying to them this whole time, and that they were having TDS for a long time for no reason at all. They were lied to. So I'm hoping that those numbers are going to start showing that people are waking up for real.
Interesting. Matrix, can you give me like 30 seconds?
Absolutely.
Sure
He's got a una mate. He's got a una mate. He's got to go get rid of.
I got a una vacte. I got a evacte una mate. So yeah, give me 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
All good. All good. What's going on, everybody? So number one, while he is heading out the door, you guys on YouTube, you guys over on X, you guys on Space Shot's Rumble side, my Rumble side, on the Pilled side, on both my side and the Space Shot side, smack that positive affirmation button. Then hop over to the other channels on all of our sides and hit that same positive affirmation button for us. Get us on the leaderboard over on the Rumble side. You guys have been doing that for us every single week. You guys are awesome at that. So thank you guys very much. And of course, I can only see my side, so I'm going to say some hellos real quick. What's up, Ladard? I see one, double L555 in the house. Jojo Starbucks 31, welcome in. Magadai 1776, Sea Sky's the Limit, welcome in. We have Star Angel 17, Don Ritchie 17, got several 17s out here. What's up, Brew in the house, Mitchell DM. I got some thank yous I'll get to here in a bit. See you in Arizona, welcome in and good to see you. Thank you for double modding, double dipping. Same with Magadai. Got a bunch of mods out there today. Thank you guys very much for modding. I don't say thank you for that enough, but you guys do a great job. I have a few of you guys now. Let's see here. Southern Patriot 1776, welcome in and good to see you as well. What's up, Jay? Just Jay. Casey Snowman 485, welcome in. I hear you over there. You're back. What's up, Resonate 432? And I'm going to go pew, shoot to the bottom. Who popped in? What's up, Dot Matrix? Rand Dune in the house. What's up, Ladar? Choose in the house. Shasta's mom's over here as well. What's up, IC1? And back to you. What's up, Space Shot? Doing some hellos. What's up?
What's
up, Rana with Glass One? And I don't know if they're here, but I got to do it just once.
What's up, Rizzy and Lizzie? Just in case you're here, what's up?
Lizzie, I see Lizzie on my side, on the Pilled side.
Oh, she's over. Oh, she's over there. Okay.
What? Lizzie. Hello, Lizzie.
Are we wondering why certain things are not being cleaned up in our country? When we have, and I don't know what's, if this is activist judges that it's leading to this stuff here. But how does something like this happen? You ready? Watch the video. Let's watch the video first. It's only 10 seconds, so. I hate people putting stupid music in things. There we go. So, lady essentially ran over a cop. She looks like a nice, fine, upstanding woman with a couple bull nose rings there. Assault with a deadly weapon. Crime of domestic violence. Woman rams a cop with car, gets $3,000 bond, leaves jail, gets indicted for assault with a deadly weapon, still no jail. Same woman rams second man with a car 3 weeks later, gets $10,000 bond, charges dismissed, walks free. Like, how is this happening? Right?
I hate to say it, they call it white privilege, but I see black privilege everywhere I look. So what else can I say?
I mean, dude, at the end of the day, we're no better than a third world country if we allow this type of stuff to happen. And if you keep disrespecting police officers like this, then, the community is going to go into chaos even worse than it already is. If people are doing this stupid crap already, makes no sense whatsoever. They need to start making examples of people, because I think that's the thing is we become weak in that respect, in that we don't hold people to account that are disrespecting our country and our way of life. You know what I mean? Like, we need to get more of the neighborhood crime watches back into effect, and to actually do something. You know what I mean? Like, but do it more of an organized thing. But the whole idea, like, they wanted this like this. They wanted people disrespecting officers and first responders, because that's what helps break down the fabric of our community, right? So if everybody's being disrespectful like they are, and dude, I don't know if I told you about my wonderful neighbors that I finally figured out who the person was that said a very lewd thing the other day. Ends up it's a friggin' maybe 10 or 12-year-old girl in my neighborhood that I've finally figured out who the correct person is that I can go talk to the parents later on. But it's looking like an uphill battle, dude, put it that way. When you got a 10, 11, 12-year-old girl, just slanging the F word and you mother effers and this, that, and the other around. And I'm just like, I've never heard a little kid talk like this before. And it's bad, bro. It's really bad. And like, you have no idea. Well, I cannot even, put it this way, if my son said what this girl said, and I've never smacked my kid, he would catch an absolute backhand. Put it that way. It was that bad, dude. And he would be grounded for a minimum of a month and catch a serious backhand.
Okay. Well, think about what else has been defunded recently, which is USAID.
Oh.
What was that funding? Rap. What was Rap doing? Oh, let's think of the messages they were feeding us for a long time, including me, who grew up on rap in the 90s and the early 2000s with the Eminems, the freaking Lil Waynes, the Ludacris. Yes, going all the way back to all the other ones too, like freaking Biggie and Pac and all that as well. But I'm saying like my main time was like I had all that hardcore, and I went to the other stuff. You guys wouldn't know who they were. Hardcore stuff too, and it's just like we were fed that stuff. I loved that stuff growing up, and then it's now with me being grown up and the way I think now. I look back and yes, I still own a bunch of that music on an iPod. I'll listen to it. I love the beat still, but then I listen to the words. I'm like, what the fuck was I listening to? Like what? Like it seriously made no. Lil Jon, there you go. Lil Jon majorly. Yeah, I loved Lil Jon. Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. Yeah, exactly. Love those dudes. Now I listen to them like, what the fuck was I listening to? I was so retarded. And so yeah, you said money stops. Rap goes downhill. Rap songs suck now. The only rapper I actually listen to is Tom McDonald because he has a positive message with his rap, literally. So like. Rap's just falling off because it's not being fed to us and not being fed billions of dollars into the industry for music that tells people to be degenerate fucks. So, I was, what? Yeah, I was degenerate too because of it. Like I grew up on Eminem. I loved Eminem. And now I still like my Eminem music because it has stories to it. But then if I literally listen to it now, I'm like, oh man, now I realize why I had such an angry side to me because I took on those personas of what I listened to, So here's the thing, I don't drink anymore. And I learned about myself. When I would drink, I would want to listen to music, and that music would be the rap music, and that would put me in a mood. I'd be like, I want to fight somebody type stuff. Yeah. Seriously. So and now I do not drink anymore. I haven't had a drink in a couple months now, actually. And what's funny is I had my buddy give me a beer literally last night or 2 nights ago. I opened it to one drink, was like, it's still in my fridge. I didn't even drink it. Ew. So I was like, I don't drink anymore. And it makes a difference. Guess what? I don't listen to any music anymore other than like Tom McDonald or something that might pop up like, what's it called? That Heavy Pulp song. I love that song. That Sweet Land song. I'm in love with that song. Mm-hmm. And I don't listen to much music, but I love that freaking song. I know it's AI, but I fucking love it. It's got a positive message. Yeah, I'm addicted to more positive things now. Rap music bugs me now unless it's positive. That's why I do like Tom McDonald. So it's weird how I've changed. And that's just 20 years ago I was in love with rap. Even, actually 7-8 years ago when Eminem came out with those couple of new albums, I still bought those and love those albums too. But just 5-6 years later, I'm looking at those going, blah. It's not the same to me anymore. I don't care for that kind of music anymore.
It's well, and again too, that was all done by design. And who runs the rap music industry? The tall man from what country? The tall Israeli man runs the whole rap industry. Lior Cohen is his name. That's pretty interesting. Now, Matrix, I covered this on last Tuesday, but I did want to bring this to you because I don't know if you'd seen this, but I thought you'd find it funny. And, I like fighting and, UFC and stuff like that. Did you end up seeing this one?
I did, yes. Good knockout.
So, this dude is quite the piece of crap. Kirill Bassin, right? Total soy boy loser, was trying to hit this guy with a chair, and then he flat out drops him with not even a punch, dude. It's almost like he just extended his arm out. It didn't even wind up. It was just from hip right to face. It almost looked like he was trying to grab him first. It was already fully extended. There was like no extension on that. Like he was just like had his hand out and just kind of moved forward towards him and flatlines the guy.
Yeah.
Now, dude, and this is what I said during my show the other day. I'm like, dude, I've seen this in UFC in real life and stuff. Somebody gets knocked out, you don't immediately slap him in the face like, wake up, wake up. It's like, you know, it's going to take a little bit, right, for them to come around. This dude drops him and immediately gets right in his face and starts smacking him like, wake up. Hey, wake up, bro.
Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Yeah. What you fucking about, Holly boy? Yeah? Try to stay right here.
He's like, school? Time for school already? I don't know. No school, Mom. So he was, apparently people were playing music loud in the area, and he said he was going to shoot the guy and his girlfriend. I don't think it was this guy. I think it maybe had been another guy. But then after the altercation, this guy who's trying to be Mr. Nice Guy was doing this, was saying that he's going to stab people, and then pulled out a knife apparently. And then when the cops came, he threw the knife in the ocean. And apparently one of the other people that were in the area was like, oh, okay. He walked out there, grabbed the knife, brought it back, and gave it to the cop. And so he ended up getting charged with, I think, assault with a deadly weapon or something along those lines. And this is the guy. Tell me this guy doesn't look like a distant relative of the Krasenstein boys.
Who?
Okay, hold on. The Krasensteins. Come on, you know the Krasensteins.
I'm bad with names.
The Ed Krasensteins. You know the Krasensteins. These guys.
Oh, okay.
Tell me he don't look. him and his queer brother. Pardon my French, but he is a friggin' flame on to the max. Him and his brother Ed, and I forget what the other dude Krasenstein's name is, but
just say what it is.
Hello, gay boy.
He is very much so a gay boy. But anyway, you know, hey, he's courage to lead. He has compassion to serve. Right? He's a very nice guy. So let's listen to this guy with his compassion to lead, or courage to lead, and his compassion, and what kind of compassionate things this guy talks about.
Come here! Fuck you! Hey. I'm my girl. Fuck you! I'm my girl, bro. You're not talking about my girls, right? I don't care. Don't do that, dude. Don't do that. What are you gonna do? Go ahead. Just go. What are you gonna do? Don, go ahead.
Am I? I didn't fucking put him in the ground. I didn't put him in the ground. I put you in the ground. I can't. All right.
Oh, you're gonna hit women now.
Let's go, bro.
Go ahead.
I'm good.
Let him
do it, motherfucker.
I just said
Mike,
all right, good. It's over. It's over.
He's a child.
I'm a child. I'm 40 fucking years old.
You should act like this.
He says, "I'll put you in the effing ground." Like, dude, what is wrong with these soy boys that, like, they think they can fight, but clearly, you know, as we see here, he's picking up dude, you're picking up a lawn chair. Like, if you would have hit that big dude over the head with the lawn chair, I think the lawn chair is just going to fold over the guy's head, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't
know.
I
was laughing the first time I saw it. I was laughing because one, he was trying to be tough, and the dude that was a lot bigger than him. Here he comes, and what do? You grab a weapon. Not only do you grab a weapon, that was mistake number one. But then you grab a weapon that you have to pick up, turn your whole body away, take 5 seconds to wield it around, and before you know it, you're laid out, and you don't know what hit you. You're an idiot. And he deserved every last bit he got. I laughed when I first saw it. I was cracking up. I'm like, you retard.
Mm-hmm.
You don't open your mouth. You don't open your mouth if you can't back up what you're opening. So
it's difficult to open your mouth when you're unconscious.
Well, he had opened it already.
Oh, dude, it's absolutely hilarious to me. And This is something I've instilled in my son since he was little, right? I've always told him, don't talk shit to people. I said, if you have a disagreement with somebody and you get into a fight, you get your ass kicked, that's fine. Everybody wins some, loses some, right? Nobody's the toughest person on the planet. However, if you're the guy like this guy, like, come on, I don't give a shit. What are you going to do? I'll kick your freaking ass. And then you get dropped.
Yeah.
It looks way worse that way.
Yep.
So you don't want to be that guy.
I became that guy for a little bit whenever I was, especially when I was drinking. But if I wasn't drinking, my dad taught me something that I did stick to, which was this: never be the person to start a fight. Stay reserved, but be the person that ends the fight. In other words, you're the one just knocking them the fuck out. You just stay reserved, let them talk, and then just boop, you knock them the fuck out. You don't start it, you end it. And of course, that was always a rule I stayed to, except for when I'd start drinking. Of course, I went through my drinking moments, and those were moments when I was actually jacked, and I was like, yeah, I'd talk shit. I'd look for fights. I was stupid. But the good news is I didn't, I was lucky enough not to have some crazy big dude go, all right, I'm going to beat this dude's ass. Thank God that didn't happen to me. Shit.
So I was at Best Buy with my son the other day, and obviously he likes cameras, so he's looking at the camera stuff, and I'm over there looking at the SpaceX, not Neuralink. Is it Neuralink? What do you call it there? His Starlink thing.
I was like, Neuralink? That's the thing in your head.
Yeah, I'm going to play video games through my head. And dude, by the way, that's not fair. I don't know if you noticed that, but like, they've made the Neuralink, and yeah, I guess the guy's a paraplegic, so he can't really do anything, with his body. But they made it so this guy can play like Call of Duty, and essentially, like, say if I wanted to shoot this guy, and he's a video game character right here, Carol Bassin or whatever, all he has to do is like literally look at the guy and then like blink or whatever, right? And so I'm like, that's so unfair. You're giving that dude the unfair advantage. But I guess it kind of evens out because in regular life he's disadvantaged. But
yeah,
they started with Pong at one point. But anyway, so I was doing the Starlink, taking a look at how much it costs to start and, whatever. But so I was taking a look at it. Did you hear about the Starlink hack?
No.
Oh, that's probably because it didn't happen. Or maybe it did. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I don't know. Here you go. Keeps this one here. You ready? A hacker group announced at 3 a.m., we have locked all Starlink ground stations worldwide. Pay us $500 million in Bitcoin or the world goes offline. Elon Musk replied 3:01 a.m., quote, check your firmware. While you were writing that ransom note, Neural Auto Patch released a micro update that routed your entire operation through a dead-end satellite in deep orbit. Thanks for testing our hot fix. Whoopsie daisies. Are you kidding me?
That's funny. I didn't hear about that at all, no.
I mean, you got to think they'd be prepared for people getting ready to go after them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think...
Elon's also like one of the richest, if not the richest person in the world. I'm pretty sure he's got the defense contract. So I'm pretty sure he has the top of the line, everything, top to bottom, in and out. You're not going to hack him no matter what you do.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, they tried apparently. Where was this one? So do you want to see a vision for a vision for two very different Americas? And again, why are they doing this? They're putting it out what these people want to do to our country. Ready? So a vision for two very different Americas. All right, here's your guy. Do I have to do it again?
I believe that we do need to defund the police. I actually believe in court reform, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
In Supreme Court reform. Every president should get 3 appointments. You can either use your appointment to give somebody who's on the court a second 10-year term and limit everybody's terms to 10 years, or you can include somebody else. Would that expand the court? Sure. But there's nothing in the Constitution that says that there have to be 9 justices. And like the things that I actually look at on Instagram, right, of course we get served that on your For You page. But then like every third video that scrolls on its own is going to be some OnlyFans model. I think the foundational issue here is we need to start taxing billionaire wealth. Right? And when you tax billionaire wealth, you disincentivize the accumulation of wealth. If you cannot stand for trans rights, do not be surprised when they come for your rights. I look forward to pushing forward legislation that would preempt localities from participating with ICE. We've also got to make sure that in this state, we are not discriminating by documentation status. Right now, if you're undocumented, you don't get access to a driver's license. So you're stuck. You don't get access to a lot of the basic things the state offers everybody else. And I think that's ridiculous. And so we've got to stop discriminating that way. There is no reforming. There is no retraining. There is only abolishing ICE.
Fuck ICE. That you can't reform ICE. You can't retrain ICE. You have to abolish ICE.
It started, it was a bad experiment. It's been weaponized to do the worst things. And I think we need to abolish it and start from scratch.
I think he should be impeached. I do not think he should be president of the United States. I think he has done impeachable things. Obviously, as a future senator, I'm not in a position to impeach. But when they make the case about the impeachable things I have seen with my own eyes, I will vote accordingly.
So do you think that the Israeli government should be considered by the U.S. as a foreign terrorist organization?
It's certainly a rogue state.
You're not going to play the gotcha game, but you're not going to say you think Israel has a right.
Well, the truth of the matter is that these wildfires are happening more often because it's drier and hotter than it has been in the past. It's drier and hotter because we continue to rely on fossil fuels for our energy. We need to get to 100% renewable energy. Number one, put as much sand in the gears into what Donald Trump and his acolytes are doing. And number two, build the conversation with the American public that gets us to the after Trump foundation.
What do you tell those people about whether or not this is a pie in the sky dream that you're going around Michigan talking about?
Well, clearly I'm a different kind of Democrat.
Oh, very clearly, huh?
Not a Democrat at all.
Socialist, communist.
Socialist, communist, or I would call him radical. Doesn't have to be Islamic, but radical, period. He's radical. He wants to allow everything. I got to sneeze. Hang on.
You're good. Well, how do we know that these people are, how do we know that they're brainwashed? Right? Well, because we've seen it numerous times that they are brainwashed. But again, this here I posted out a couple weeks ago shows how very brainwashed they are. Democrats, I'm not brainwashed. Democrats, that Holman guy's a Nazi. Fun fact, Obama was labeled deporter-in-chief by immigration rights advocates. But now Trump doing the same is somehow evil. Make that one make sense, dude. You can't, right? I mean, it's laughable at this point how bad they are. And dude, I get stuff all the time that I have to, like, I get stuff from, what the heck? I've been getting stuff from my buddy all the time, and like this is what I get, right? So this is just showing you a little quick sample of some of the stupid things that I get. And just before I play it, yes, the sleepy part is real apparently, but the noise you're going to hear is not.
Katie's point, we have a crisis that's causing our fertility rate to drop below 1.5. Replacement rate is 2.
So they had a fart noise put in there, right?
Okay.
And so this is the stuff that I get sent. Dozing Donald loudly farts in his sleep, which suddenly wakes him up. And it is absolutely verified to be fake, right? And they said, oh, is it real? It's on the internet, so it's got to be real.
Hey, so you know what, though? It is verified funny, though, because that cracked me up, even though I know it's fake.
Well, we're guys. We're guys, so, you know, the fart noises are always funny to us, right? Added for comic relief, see? Added
it was
for comical.
Relief. It wins. It was comical. I'll give it that much.
Nah, I mean, well, hey, but the funny part is, you got Feinstein over here. But the funny thing is, they actually literally have people like Feinstein and Schumer that are doing it. But yeah, of course, you never see that.
Yeah, well, that's because you have Schumer actually shitting himself. So who else shit? Who else? Who was it? What Schumer did it once. There was a couple other people that farted loudly on screen. Buttigieg was one of them. They had a few people that have actually did it. So them throwing in a fake fart to Trump's nothing. They actually did it on camera. They actually shat themselves. What's the dude's name? Who's that real heavy set dude?
Was it the dude from Chicago?
I don't know. Gutfeld makes fun of him all the time.
Chris Christie.
Nope, not him. Nadler. Don Ritchie, thank you. Nadler literally shat himself. He was sitting there live on stage, and you heard him, and he made a face, and all of a sudden he waddles off stage trying to hold his cheeks together and whatnot. He literally shat him. He shat himself on stage. So them throwing a little fart noise in on Trump is funny because their side's actually shitting themselves.
Well, I got a quote from Hakeem Jeffries for you. Let me see if I can play it. It's a 5-second clip having to do with the same topic we're talking about right now.
The American dream possible. We will fight hard for the freedom to vote.
He's gonna fart hard for the freedom to vote, y'all.
I bet he is.
Let's see.
Pinky Herman.
Is this the one you're talking about, buddy? I do remember this too. I remember watching this.
Yep.
He's like, I'll be back. And it appears that he might have, dude.
Yeah, he literally he shat himself, and then he turns and wobbles and walks off the stage, holding his cheeks together, or trying to. I don't want to be too graphic. Let's just say it was probably a really bad day for him.
True. One account that I've been watching for a while, and I call him the smartest pothead that I've ever met. And I say that jokingly, of course. You ever listen to this dude? Like, tell me he don't look like a stoner and sound like a stoner, but he's a doctor. He's like very smart dude.
Wait a minute. So he's not actually a stoner?
I don't believe so. All right, listen to what he says. Tell me he don't sound like it though.
In the early pandemic, 2020, 2021, 86% of COVID cases confirmed by PCR were not real infections. So all of the lockdowns, all of the vaccine mandates, all of those horrible policies that destroyed our livelihoods and economy were based on a completely fraudulent metric. So this study compared PCR positive rates by week to the actual antibody testing in the same weeks. Because the antibody test will tell you, did you get the antibodies to COVID? And only 14% had actual antibodies among those PCR positive cases. It may even be up to 90% weren't even real infections. So now that this fraud is confirmed, again, people have to be held accountable. All the people that lost their jobs, that were forced to take these injections based on this fear campaign, was all based on this false test, this fraudulent test.
Huge, dude, right? And then I played it within the last week or so. What's that guy's name? Kerry something or other, who was very, very critical of Fauci, saying that he was essentially didn't know what the tests do. I would debate Fauci over and over. I forgot what the guy's name, Carrie. I think the guy's name was Carrie. But he basically said, Fauci was a friggin' moron. But dude, the tests, remember in the beginning, they had that the president of one of the African countries was swabbing fruit, and then he was coming back with positive tests. And then I think he got killed. Yeah, pawpaw fruit, and then he got killed, right? He died. I mean, yeah, he died shortly thereafter. But dude, this is something that I think is Mr. Holcher here is correct in that they need to hold people accountable. They need to make examples of these people to the extent that nobody would ever consider even dipping your toe in anything in this general direction ever again. Right? They need to absolutely highlight the ish out of this.
I hope and think that day is coming. The day that everybody's waiting on about, big arrests and all that.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be a form of that in the future. And I think when that happens, that'll be something that'll stop a lot of stuff. I think there will be a form of large arrests that are big name arrests and have it tied to certain things that will cause a lot of things to stop and maybe a chain reaction to happen. When it'll happen, I don't know. I still have my whole timeline that goes all the way into 2032. Anytime between now and then. Could be tomorrow, could be in 2032. I don't know. But I think that's going to happen, though. I think a big arrest period of some kind is going to happen. So,
well, they keep kind of they keep going back to the. It's almost like you're spinning a wheel, right? And like one week they're kind of focusing more on fraud, and then this week they're more on COVID, and this week's
Right.
more on Iran. But as we go through time, that time in between each keeps getting shorter and shorter. And that's why I call it like circling the drain and getting shorter and shorter in the time in between. And that's why, every show we do, I never have enough time to get to all the stuff that we have to present, because there's so much coming out that there's no way anybody's going to get to cover, unless you, maybe in an 8-9 hour video. You know what I mean? It's just so much going on out there, dude. And it's tough to keep track of, and add in with the AI stuff nowadays, it makes it even more difficult to kind of keep up with. But that's what we're here for. It's absolutely bananas. How many text messages do you think they pulled out of Anthony Fauci's cell phone?
Thousands.
3 contacts. 3 contacts in his phone. 34,000 text messages.
Oh my God. Wow. My guess would have been like 10,000. So wow, you went way over that.
Years of secret conversations. So it is basically his, but it is from 2014 to 2022. And I think the interesting part about all this, dude, is, that he got his air quotes pardon going all the way back to 2014. And we know about the COVID stuff going all the way back to then. But I also remember that we had the color revolution in Ukraine in 2014. So I'm wondering if any of those pardons are for the Ukraine stuff as well. I'm wondering.
It all coincides with it. That's the very first thing I thought of whenever I heard of the timeline. I was like, wait a minute. Because April 21st, 2014 is when the Biden coup happened in Ukraine. So that literally covers that whole timeline perfectly. So I think that's literally what that covers. So.
Cuckoo, ka-choo. Cuckoo, ka-choo, ka-choo, ka-choo. I'm trying to see. I got to kind of wrap up in a few minutes. I'm just trying to see if, dude, I could pull on this story right now, but it's just more of Mike Benz talking about more of the stuff for U.S. aid, right? And I think we can both agree that what they did with Doge and what they did with, turning down a lot of these programs in the U.S. aid, I think they absolutely killed their funding ability. And did you see that the Democrats had to basically leverage? They had to leverage their DNC.
Maybe it would be more specific.
The DNC building. Let me see. I'll pop up one of these here. This is from 19 hours ago. So they had to basically put up one of their DNC buildings as collateral because they're out of money so bad, dude.
Oh, no, I did not hear about this. Whoa, what?
Yeah, Democrat Party is broke. As the end of June, the DNC had $16.3 million in cash and $18.5 million in debt, underwater by more than $2 million. To keep the lights on, they took out a $15 million loan last fall and put down their own headquarters building as collateral. They're now paying tens of thousands a month in just interest, and the principal repayments get brutal starting in January. Meanwhile, the RNC is sitting on $125 million in cash with zero debt. One party is mortgaging its headquarters and asking vendors to hold invoices until after the election. The other has a nearly $130 million war chest ready to deploy. Did the Democrat Party take a massive financial hit when U.S. aid was shut down and from the ongoing crackdown on fraud? I would say yes, and yes. Yes, and double yes. Yep. Yes, and yes. And I don't think that's it. I think it's probably more behind the scenes we're not seeing as well. But if they're already in a position where they need to mortgage their friggin' headquarters, that's very, very telling to me, dude, that their funding is going. And we know what they do, right? They buy these votes. Do you see people in California on Skid Row, right, where they're going out there paying people, homeless people, to vote $5 or whatever it is? They do that all over the place. Right, so if they don't have the money anymore, because you got to remember, like Matrix, if you're somebody that's willing to do something illegal for money, right, you're clearly if I don't have the money to give to you, are you still willing to go do that illegal thing? You know what I mean? Or if I say to you, Matrix, I was gonna give you here's X amount of dollars to go do this. You're gonna say, okay, I'm a guy that's willing to do illegal things, and I'll take the money, and here I'm gonna go do it. Now, I'm gonna give you the same scenario. You're still a person that's still willing to do illegal things, but now, Matrix, I need you to go do this illegal thing now, but I can't pay you till after the election, and that's assuming that we win that election. Are you still willing to do that? I wouldn't think so. And I wouldn't think a lot of people would be able to either. Like, are you going to, put yourself into a possible legal jeopardy with the possibility you might get paid back later? Not most people. Most people want that hard cash in their hands before they're willing to do that. And that's the position they're in right now.
A totally off subject question for you. Have you heard about this? Anything about Biden's cancer getting worse and more painful? Have you heard anything about that?
No, I have not.
Okay, so Chew is in my chat. He's asked me like 2 days in a row about that, and I haven't seen anything on mainstream. He told me in my yesterday's chat, he's like, mainstream's not covering it, and I because I've been doing Templar stuff, I haven't been in the regular news cycle, and since you're all over the place, I figured I'd ask you if you knew anything about it. There we go.
I didn't know about it, but apparently Hunter is saying that, yes, Joe Biden's cancer has spread and is causing him significant pain. Hunter described the 83-year-old's condition as very painful and very debilitating, but says his father is still doing his thing and attending speaking engagements. Former president revealed his aggressive prostate cancer diagnosis in May of 25, just months after he departed Oval Office.
He's the next state funeral incoming.
Now, if you have aggressive prostate cancer in May of 25, I'm not a doctor, but shouldn't he be dead by now?
Well, Jim Carrey's very spry. Oh, sorry.
Well, don't forget to catch Hunter on Tucker. What, tomorrow? I think it is. Oh my God, that should be cute. Hey, Neighbors, back in business again.
Well, here, let me say this. When Sean Ryan did an interview with Hunter, it was 4 hours and 50 minutes. I sat there and did the whole thing and covered every last minute of it. If you guys want to see that one, you go watch it yourself. I ain't covering that one. Nope.
Dude, that's a funny one, right? And at the end of the day, remember, it's the two neighbors back together again. But hey, he was my neighbor. I didn't really know much about him, blah, 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 blah. He was our neighbor. But wait, Matrix, you going to go ask your neighbor that you're not very familiar with, not very friendly with, to write your kid a note to get into college as a reference? That's a little more than borrowing some sugar as far as I see things.
Yeah, I see Central Casting playing out craziness right now. Is what I see, because that's just crazy. Seeing Hunter Biden on Tucker Carlson is just like, what the hell is happening?
You should have expected it. I mean,
Well, what's funny is nothing should surprise anybody at this point. That's how you should look at it. Like, how do I say this right? The craziest stuff could happen, like Hunter Biden joining up with Tucker Carlson and MTG and all that whole group over there. Like, that's like what is happening? But at the same time, should it surprise any of us? Nope, shouldn't, but it still does. Chew, by the way, you said not a peep in the mainstream. The thing that Spaceshot pulled up over here is from Fox News, meaning Fox News will probably be covering that today, tomorrow, or the next day. Just watch and see. They're always late. They always take a day or two. When you see it on the internet, it takes a day or two for Fox to cover it. But I see it on the screen there. It's Fox News. So it'll be covered on Fox News here in the next day or two. Watch.
I wouldn't doubt it.
You shall see. Yeah, I know how Fox does. They take, when you see it on like X, within 3 days you'll find it end up being on Fox News. And if it's Fox posting it out, give it 24 hours, you'll see it.
You want to see something funny, dude? I checked this out a while ago. Let me see. Did this ever change? Dude, can you tell me how long this dude has had 1.7 million followers for?
In a minute.
It's been
a
while.
In a long time. Yeah.
It's been a while. And dude, I showed this. I don't even know if I could find it really quick. I probably could here. He posted out a long time ago. Let me see. Edit. Let me see. I think edit. Edit might work. The word edit, because I'm looking through my old posts for things. So this account a long time ago posted out a picture of Donald Trump's Twitter account. Have we covered this in the last many months at all?
Don't think so.
So all right, here we go. So basically he posted out a while ago. All right, here we go. I found it. So here's Donald Trump's Twitter account at the time, 87.1 million followers, right? And then so see this right here, edit profile button. Now if I go to my account, let me see. So I'll go here, right? I go to my profile. I see the edit profile button, right? But I'm gonna go to your account, MatrixQdeBreaker. See how I don't see the edit button account or the edit account button? Well, this guy had posted out a picture of his account, and so this is basically the picture that he posted on his account. And I ran it through. This was back in 23. I ran it through thing to see if it looked like it was photoshopped at all, and it didn't appear to be. So I'm wondering, and then Tron says he thought it was Photoshop because he always adds the Kex, and Poppy Trumpo always adds the Kex. So I've been thinking down low that this dude might be connected with, not that it is Trump, but maybe somebody in his administration. But the interesting thing, again, that we go back in that he has had how many followers for how long? It's been a while. He's had 1.7 million followers for friggin' a couple of years, I think.
You know what's really creepy about that is before our show started, my following was one thing. When you just pulled it up, it had changed. Go back to my page real quick. Look what mine is all of a sudden.
107.
It was 10.6 before the show started. I remember seeing that.
You're 666 following upside down. You got to unfollow or follow one more person to be 1,000.
Actually, I'm purposely sitting at 999. I refuse to go over 1,000.
Oh, okay. There you go.
If I follow somebody new, I have to go through all my stuff and find somebody to unfollow. I have fun with that. Why? Just because I like the number.
Jeez Louise. I had mine at 1,700 for a while. I think I'm at like 18 something, 1863. I tried to keep it at 1745 for a little bit, as you see here.
Yeah.
But it didn't last very long. It didn't last very long. But my brother, time is a flying when you're having fun, and it is already 4:33, and I can't believe it's already 4:33, dude, because I feel like I just turned the live button on.
Right, dude. Always on Sundays, very specifically, time flies.
Time flies when you're having fun. To the 1,800 folks over here, I do appreciate you guys hanging out. And Icy's asking, it must be a question for you, because he's asking, why are you gay? You are gay.
Why are you gay?
You are gay. I plead the fifth on this one.
Actually, you'll when you get to the gold pills, that's kind of funny.
I see one in there. I seen it. I seen you fucking around in there. All right, let me do some thank yous on the Rumble side and YouTube side. I already did thank Patriot Chick and MacGyver. Thank you to Tron again for rating the stream, and then earlier D Starboy had gifted another subscription out to the channel today. So I do appreciate that, brother. So I'm good on my Rumble side. If you got any more, and then we can go over to the old pilled folks.
Okay, so I actually did my Rumble side, but I actually have two I need to thank. One came in, I guess, during the show. I don't say a whole name. I'll just say to Janice, thank you for the, what is this? Buy me a coffee. There we go. I don't say this one very often. It says, thank you for sharing with us what you You just have it. It's just beyond. Thank you very much for that. And then the other one from the other day I didn't see is called. It's literally from somebody called Someone. It says, "Have an edible or something else on me." Thank you very much, Someone, for the buy me a coffee. Because I'm done with the Rumble. Thank you very much again, Sunshine PSG, for the grand total of 32 so far. I know there's a few more that came in on the subscriptions as well. Boom, go over to you.
Boom, shakalaka laka. Over on the old pilled side of things, we have Miss Moonbaby 0437 starting off with a cookie. Says, "What up, fam-a-lamb? What up to you there?" And then Wonderworld, and thank you for that. Wonderworld dropped a cookie. No message on there, but thank you. Moonbaby 0437 came in with another cookie. Says, "Just like RBG." Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I think we were talking about the fake dead people or not being dead. McConnell. Dude, I'm going to need to see proof of life on that one because they couldn't have just gone. It would have looked weird, right? Like, oh, he's been in the hospital for a couple months and he died. My guess is in the next couple of days, we'll finally get that he passed away peacefully at home surrounded by loved ones. That would be my guess, right? Because I don't know. If he just died at the hospital, it might look a little different. But hey, he made a little bit of a recovery. We got him home, and he's going to do physical therapy. Oh, whoops. Yeah, he died. Sorry. That's my guess going forward. So thank you for that, Moonbaby. Punk Q Rocker 4Q dropped in 517 gold pills. No message on there, but thank you there, Punk Q Rocker. Lizzie B with the cookie. Thank you there, Lizzie B.
Lizzie B.
And then some dude named MatrixQdeBreaker dropped a can and says, "Why are you gay? You are gay." Okay, thank you for that, sir. Chatty KC with the cookie says show, and then a winking emoji. And then no thanks, Joe, coming in with the cookie, says thanks for another Sunday with a safe scenic shot to space and Matrix with strongly sharp, stylish, solid stories of squirrely simpleton soy boys spreading stupidity wherever they appear. Thanks, guys. God bless and be safe all. I appreciate it. Thanks. No thanks, Joe. And I am releasing those scratchings over there. So yes, I'm all set on my side, and I gotta. Oh God, are you kidding me? There we go. Okay, there we go. I can do this. Yeah. No, you're good to go. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Over to the pilled side. So Sunshine PSG gifted out a ton of subscriptions. So I'm going to roll through just a thank you. I got to find all the pills between them. So Sunshine, thank you for 1, for 2, for 3, for 4, for 5. And then here we go for 5 subscriptions in a row. And then we have P. And thank you very much for that cookie inside of there. Then Sunshine again, 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 Sunshine again. And then we have Dognuts 10. Welcome and good to see you. Thank you for that cookie, good sir. Sunshine again, Sunshine again, Sunshine again, Sunshine again. Oh, and then Spirit 554, thank you for that cookie. And then Sunshine with another gifted subscription. And then Sunshine again. Oh, here we go. Bong Hall, thank you for that cookie. Danger Dingo, thank you for the cookie. Bong Hall for a cookie. Bong Hall with another cookie. And then guess what? Sunshine with another subscription. Filter Dog 1, thank you for another cookie and says, we saw Grassley's vacuum com. Yes, we did. We actually covered that here today too, thanks to Spaceshot, because I saw it fly by on my X feed. I didn't do anything with it, so thank you, Spaceshot. Punk Q Rocker for Q, thank you for the 517 gold pills. And then Mitchell DM27 coming in big time hot. Comes in with a set of shades, then a set of shades, then a set of shades, then a holy ship. All back to back to back to back, and then a set of shades again. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of shades and a holy ship. Holy crap, Mitchell DM. Thank you very much, good sir. And then P-Quest, actually another one came in too. P-Quest, thank you for the cookie. And then I was about to say this for P-Quest. And last but not least, no thanks, Joe. Literally just popped in as I was getting down here with the cookie. It says, what up, my mildly mannered, manageable, mindful Matrix? You in the shot from the... What is this? Deep Space Kill it every Sunday. Okay, let me read that again. You and the space shot from Deep Space Kill it every Sunday. And the dynamic dynamic Uno of decode continues to crush constantly. Love you guys. God bless and be safe all. And then I got to jump over to the Rumble side because another one came in. Just Janet64. Thank you for the $5 Rumble rant. Says, does Russell J. Gould flag capture come into play? What do you think on that? Think so?
Interesting thing that years ago, Trump had purchased the original post office in D.C. Did you know that? But they did apparently sold it after the fact, so I don't know. But yeah, he did purchase the post office. Let me see.
I remember that being brought up, but I don't remember much about that at all.
Let's see. Okay, in June of 26. Wait, this is interesting because this is even crazier now. All right. In June of 26, the GSA sold his Washington, D.C.'s historic old post office building, which previously housed the Trump International Hotel during Donald Trump's first term and later became Waldorf Astoria, to Merchant Bank, BDT, and MSD Partners for $80 million. The old post office purchase price for $80 million and land at 1100 Pennsylvania Ave. Background: Trump Organization operated a luxury hotel there starting in 26 before selling its lease rights to investors for $375 million in 2022. Proposals were regarding the U.S. Postal Service. So I just thought it was interesting that that was the old post office. And again, that kind of mixes to the Russell J. Gould and David Wynn Miller stuff, as far as I see it. And if you don't know they're talking about, look up War Castles.
What'd you read that off of?
I just searched Trump purchase post office. I'll send you the link if you want. I'll drop it in the thing here for you.
I didn't have anything to see everybody on my side. I just so you guys are aware, he wasn't showing anything. So
sorry about that. Here you go.
there you go. There you go. That's pretty. I didn't see it either. There you go. If you guys want to see it,
I'll drop it into the Zoom chat here for you in your floating bar there. But that's basically what it is. And what I did was I basically did a simple Google search, like Trump bought post office. But that is the historic old post office. And when you listen to David Wynn Miller and Russell J. Gould and them talk about the flags and whatnot, they talk about how very important the post offices were, right?
Well, isn't he the Postmaster General?
Yep.
I know about that. Me and Amazon's covered him and all that stuff quite a few times. It's been a while, so I have to re-up my brain on it, but I know all about that stuff and whatnot. So,
yep, goes back to getting us out of a corporation and back into a constitutional republic, like we should be.
Yep.
Which I think is where we're heading for sure, brother. I do
too. Truly.
Really does. All right. Are you all caught up on your side there, sir?
Let me do one more double check. I believe so. Yep, on this side. Let me check one more time on here. Yep, we're good to go.
Looking who we could possibly raid here.
I have no check. Well, I'm going to play out a song and choose because right now I'm going to let everybody. I'm going to do a refresh and make sure everybody's live that can be live.
There we go.
Let's see.
Maybe raid you guys into Matt Morse TV. He's got 5,000 people in there right now, and he's pro-Trump content. So
I show Matt Morse on my show. Good stuff.
Yeah, we gotta spread the love and raid into other channels anyway. So we might as well send you to a pro our material type of channel as well. But great show, brother, as usual. Can't ever forget to thank the mods out there. We do greatly appreciate your help. Myself and many others over these many years, very selfless help. So we do appreciate that. And brother, again, always a pleasure on these Sundays, my man. And we'll see what happens next. You going live later on, or you skipping tonight and going tomorrow?
Actually, I'll say there's a better chance tonight than there has been the last few weeks that I go live. So, because I haven't done any newsy stuff, so there's a chance I pop on tonight. That's all I'm going to say. But if I don't, tomorrow night will be on my channel, the normal time. Manic Monday #3, me and Oma's on the normal show, just like Faraday Fridays. And then the rest of the week, we shall see what happens, everybody.
We shall see. All right. Well, I will be back with tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday. 7 p.m. tomorrow with Hold the Line, and then with Ghost Mike and Armando on Tuesday. Hopefully you guys can join us then. And for Matrix and myself, we do, of course, appreciate each and every one of you wonderful world patriots out there for tuning in. And until that next one, thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Peace.
Peace.
Boom.
For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means, on infiltration instead of invasion.
You have all the money in the world, you have all the power you need. What's the point? What's the end goal? He said the end goal is to get everybody chipped, to control the whole society.
Party in the garden, the tower's falling, love in the summertime. Ooh, yeah, yeah. And I'm unified, unified, feeling oh so unified. In the lockdown, in the lockdown. I know he's your friend, but I don't care. Every day, it's a gift. That's why we call it the best. We were born on the garden of Earth, but the flowers grow away. Little birds chirp. I was in the garden just having a laugh, till I met a monster cross my path. Hey, Gather, do you want some mozzarella? I could get you lit up one of two ways. What's it gonna be, man? What's it gonna be, man? Said I felt like the whole world was begging me to rain fire above upon my enemies, till the love washed over me, till I let the love wash over me. Said I forgot the whole world begging me to rain fire above upon my enemies, till the love washed over me, till I let the love wash over me every day. It's a gift, that's why we call it the present. Every day. It's a gift, that's why we call it the present.
Breakers, cheers! Can we be saved?
It's a gift, that's why we call it the present. Every day. It's a gift, that's why we call it the present. Every day is a gift.